I just saw Freddy vs. Jason, which, do you guys know that movie? It's, yeah, the director is here. That was way too enthusiastic. Freddy vs. Jason. It's Freddy from Nightmare on Elm Street versus Jason from Friday the 13th. It's actually kind of awesome. But there's a part in it where Freddy has to choose between killing a white girl and killing a black girl. And Freddy says, "How sweet, dark meat." Yeah. There's a collective groan from the audience in the theater when I watched it. Like, people were disappointed in Freddy Krueger. Like, we're fine with you murdering children with your needle gloves. But racism? Making it very hard to cheer for you, Freddy Krueger. I hope Jason wins. Mass murdering monster, but he's no bigot. You guys are wonderful. I'll tell you a personal story. I'll tell you about the first time I remember crying. It's not the funny part yet. It's not the first, I was 5 years old. It's not the first time I cried. It's my first memory of crying. I was 5. I was watching an animated version of An Ugly Duckling. Yeah. All these pretty ducklings are so mean to this one ugly duckling. And who doesn't feel like an ugly duckling when they're a kid, you know? I remember just like bawling, crying as hard as I've ever cried, tears down my face, went to my mom for comfort. And to make me feel better, my mom didn't say, you know, beauty on the outside does not matter, Kamal. It's beauty on the inside that makes a person. She didn't say that. To make me feel better, my mom said, "Ducks can't talk." Plus, these ducks don't even exist. Look at it. Someone just drew that. Stop crying, Kamal. They're not real. Which is a horrible way to handle that situation. My parents let me watch like the weirdest stuff that they should not have let me watch. Like when I was 8, I swear, they let me rent The Elephant Man. Yeah, I thought it was a superhero movie. You know, like Elephant Man, he has the strength of 20 men. No, he doesn't. He has the sadness of 20 men. You guys know that movie? The guy with the face? To get the girl to kiss him, he's like, "I'm not an animal." Devastating. That movie took something from me. Like, I'm sure I lost the ability to smell rain during that movie. I turned to my mom and I was like, "Thank God movies are fake, huh?" And she's like, "Actually, no, this one is real." It's an actual disease anybody could get. Good night. I just moved to Los Angeles a few months ago, and I had a, oh, thank you. I had a show in Orange County. Okay, you're not gonna like this joke. I'd never been, all I know is, you know, the Housewives of Orange County, so it has a certain reputation. I was kind of nervous, how's this gonna go? I get there, I get out of my car. 10 seconds after I get out of my car, 10 seconds after I get out of my car, this car pulls up, this guy pokes his head out the window, yells at me. He's like, "Hey, Kumar, where's Harold?" 10 seconds. Like he'd been waiting around the corner for weeks. Like, "I can't wait for a brown to come to town. I've got a pop culture reference that will belittle him." And I got so angry. And I was trying to think, like, why do I get so angry when somebody's racist to me? And it's because when somebody's racist to you, there are no comebacks. There is nothing you can say to win. Like, what are you gonna do? Be racist back to them? No, because you're not racist. And most of the people who are racist to me are white. And it's very difficult to be racist to white people. Like, what am I gonna be like? "Oh, I'm Kumar?" Well, you're the lead in most movies that come out. I think about it for nights later, like 3 nights later, I'll be in bed, I won't be able to sleep. I'm like, that guy was so racist to me, he called me Kumar, which is pretty close to my name. That's just a terrible coincidence. That's the only reason I want to be famous. I want to be so famous that I'm the pop culture reference that people would make to try and be racist to me, you know? So I'll be walking down the street and a car would pull up and be like, "Hey, look at this, Kumail Nanjiani." "Oh no, that is Kumail Nanjiani." Thank you for knowing my name. All right, that's my time. Thank you. You know how some people are too stupid to have opinions? You know what I mean? Like they haven't earned that right. I'll give you an example. I was talking to this guy, and background, I was raised Muslim. Hold for applause. No. It feels very patronizing now. I was raised Muslim. I was talking to this guy who was never Muslim, you know, which I realize is sort of a weird way to put it. But we were talking about the gender inequality in Saudi Arabia, you know, the gender inequality in Saudi Arabia. And he looks at me, I swear, he looks at me, he's like, it's not really their fault, Kumail. The Quran says women can't drive. Yeah, pretty sure the Quran never said that. Because if the Quran had said women can't drive cars 1,400 years ago, I would be at the mosque right now. So would all of you. If 1,400 years ago the Quran was like, someday there will be a metallic box that will carry you wherever you want, this we predict, and it will have 4 wheels, and you'll have to put gas in it, tells you how fast you're going, and you have a thing to control it, and women shouldn't drive it. I would be like, I know 2 things for sure. Islam is the one true religion, and women shouldn't drive. I'm glad you guys laughed at that, otherwise it sounds like a horrible speech I'm giving. Islam is the one true religion. Women shouldn't drive. Sounds much worse. Have you guys heard of this drug cocktail called cheese? Like that's the street name of it, cheese? I'm not making it up. I saw all these news reports that were like, there's a new drug, it's called cheese. Kids in the Midwest are doing it. It's an epidemic. It's a new drug. It's an epidemic of a new drug. So I looked up what cheese is, and cheese is a mixture. Cheese is cold medication and heroin. So really, it's heroin. It is mostly heroin. Heroin is doing the heavy lifting in that drug cocktail. Not a new drug, mostly heroin. I can't just sprinkle heroin on pancakes and go, I've made a new drug! I call it pan shakes. Don't forget the special shake sauce. It's just maple syrup and heroin. I think the last actual new drug was crystal meth, which you had to make in your bathtub, and if you messed up while you were making it, everything would explode and you would die. That's how dangerous that drug is. Just trying to make it can kill you. And you make it just from stuff you get at the store. To make cheese, you still need to find heroin. Just do the heroin. You already have heroin. It is very powerful. Just do the heroin. That's my message to you guys tonight. Just do the heroin, guys. Don't get fancy. I love horror movies. My favorite one is The Thing, the original The Thing from like 1980. It's an awesome movie. It's a research facility in the middle of Antarctica, and then stuff happens. And I was watching it, and towards the end of the movie, there are 3 people left, and they have to decide whether they're gonna try and escape or burn the whole place down to make sure that the monster doesn't get out. And I was watching the movie with my wife, and she looked at me and she was like, what would you do in that situation? Would you try and survive, or would you sacrifice yourself to save the rest of humanity? Yeah, I'm never going to be in that situation. I'm never gonna be one of the last guys alive. I'm gonna be the first guy to die. I die right away. I die so the other characters get to find out that something weird's going on. I'm on the autopsy table 20 minutes into the movie. His heart is missing. That's me. I'm the setup. I bridge acts 1 and 2. I go off alone to find the cat. There's a weird noise in this dark corner. I'll investigate. Ah, dead. I never even find out that there were monsters. To me, the entire plot of the movie was, we're at a research facility and the cat's missing. The end. You guys have been fantastic. Thank you so much.
You went to Comic-Con.
Yeah, I love going. I go every year.
How was it?
It was awesome. So, you know, people like dress up as their favorite superheroes and stuff. I saw the best thing I've ever seen at a Comic-Con this time. I saw a guy, I don't know how else to describe it. I saw like a really overweight guy in a Superman outfit waiting for the elevator.
Just really, he has none of Superman's powers, clearly.
The reality was his kryptonite.
I was there. I visited Comic-Con once, and it is intense. Like, so many people. You walk around. It's
a lot going on. And it's harder for me because I don't pee all day when I'm there. Just because the bathrooms are so filthy. Guys' bathrooms are already like the filthiest. Like urinals are just, women don't know this, are like surrounded by a lake of urine. And we're somehow, like, we don't talk about it.
Right.
Every guy's shoes are coated in the piss of 1,000 strangers.
Right.
And then we walk around.
There's a lot of guys
houses.
that aren't that careful about, you know, where they're aiming. It's just whatever, you know.
Everywhere. Just go everywhere. As long as you're in a bathroom, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
So I tried to avoid, but I was at a Barnes & Noble, and I really had to go. So I go in, and there's 4 urinals. So I have to do the quick math of, like, which one has the least urine under it, you know? But this one, there's a lake under each one, and there are rivers running. Horrible.
Yeah.
So I picked the one closest to the wall, furthest away from all the badness. Luckily, it's empty. Nobody's there. I go to the one closest to the wall. I'm about to start peeing, and this guy comes in. There's 4 urinals, and he comes and he stands right next to me.
Right.
And I'm like, that's kind of weird.
And you can't really, you're not looking over at him.
Oh, I'm not looking at him. And then I hear him say to himself, but just loud enough that I heard, he said, eyes forward, Gary. There's nobody else there. So he has to talk himself into the game of not staring. So I'm like, all right, that's weird. I'm going to wait for this guy to go. 30 seconds go by, and I hear him go, eyes forward, Gary.
Whoa.
So he's losing the battle.
Yeah.
So
That's very flattering. Yeah.
Hey, come on, right?
Yeah.
You look over, right?
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah. So I work up my courage, and I look out of the corner of my eye to see what's going on. And there's a guy, and on his shoulders is a little 2-year-old boy staring right at my dick.
Eyes forward, Gary.
It's Gary.
Yeah, sure. Oh, yeah.
That was Gary. And he
hope
looks
so.
up. We make direct eye contact with each other, and then he goes right back down to the show.
Yeah. Of course.
Who names their kid Gary, also?
That's not the question I'd be asking. You are from Karachi, Pakistan.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
And I'm just tell us, because I love hearing about. I've never been there. I'd love to hear about it. What's it like? What's that? You know, must be a very exotic place.
Yeah, it is pretty exotic. We have some stuff that you guys don't. Okay, so like most birthdays in Pakistan, a monkey shows up.
Invited or just? I mean, is it?
Well,
They smell the cake.
Yeah. No, I don't know if you're all there and it's
I
like
just-
ding dong and the monkey's like, ah, you know.
Well, the way that they just accepted that, that's kind of racist. That you guys, that it just made sense to you. I mean, it also does happen, but the fact that you guys were like, oh yeah, birthdays in Pakistan, there's a monkey. Accurate racists. But that's the show. They do like a little show. A guy, monkey shows up with his trainer. He doesn't just drive over on his own. You know, we have laws.
Right.
He shows up with like his trainer guy, and they put on a little show, and it's a great show. He has like a little monkey bike that he monkey rides.
Wow.
Yeah, and he has like a little like hat, like a monkey hat that he wears, and he like walks around like a human being, you know?
Right.
Like, and then he doffs his hat at ladies. He's like, oh, hello, hello.
It sounds really entertaining, yeah.
Yeah, well, until you realize that he was probably taught to do that through a lot of violence. You can't just convince a monkey to walk like that. You have to hit it.
Yeah.
If it walks any other way,
Yeah.
it's a great show, Conan.
Now I feel guilty. I didn't know that.
Well,
I thought the monkey was, you know, he's making some money, he's happy. I didn't realize.
Well, I mean, you can't be like, hey, okay, for this one, monkey, you're gonna walk like a human being. Got it? All right, here's some monkey money for you.
Yeah.
All right.
Right.
But I've seen the show many times, many different monkeys, but for some reason the monkey's name was always Aloo Master.
Aloo Master.
Yeah, that translates to Master of Potatoes. It's not a saying we have in Pakistan.
So why are they naming them Aloo Master?
I don't know. We don't walk around like you're such a master of potatoes. Hide the women. You'll have sex with your wife. I don't know why, but
Right.
it's a great show. It's a great show. You've never seen a monkey show?
I've never seen a monkey show. No. I've never seen a monkey show.
Imagine a human and then change it to a monkey.
Yes. I got it.
And he's got a very sad eyes.
Yeah, well.
They've been through a lot.
Can we quit? I just quickly have to ask you. I know you moved here for college.
Uh-huh.
Were you exposed at all? Your parents exposed you at all to American culture beforehand?
They would show us movies, like Hollywood movies, to be like, this is what America's like. So we watched a lot of movies. One of the movies that they showed us to show us what America was like was Silence of the Lambs.
They showed you, to prepare you for America, they showed you Silence of the Lambs?
Yes. They were like, this is what's going on over there. Lock your doors. They're wearing woman suits. So I was a little kid, and we were watching it. I was watching it with my dad, like super late, like it was like 3 a.m. or something, and I didn't quite follow what was going on. So I asked my dad. I was like, "Why is he kidnapping these women?" And my dad, instead of sort of coming up with anything,
Yeah, any excuse.
any excuse, he likes them. My dad said, he gets bigger women and then he starves them so their skin is loose so he can cut it off and make suits out of it and wear it. That's what he said.
And you're a kid. You're a kid.
I was 10.
Yeah.
And then I was like, why is he doing that? And my dad said, direct quote, because he has a screw loose. My dad is a psychiatrist.
That's a technical term.
Yeah.
My next guest is a comedian and actor who has been seen in Portlandia on IFC and Franklin and Bash on TNT. He now stars in the new HBO series Silicon Valley. Please welcome our friend Kumail Nanjiani. Kumail, thanks for being here.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. I'm always impressed you nail my name perfectly. It's not an easy name.
Well, do you have the experience where people mispronounce it a lot?
Well, I was in Montreal recently, and my friend Jonah Ray and I do a show together. So before the show, the sound guy comes up to me. He's like, what's your name? I'll introduce you. And we're like, well, his name's Jonah, and my name's Kumail. And he's like, got it. Goes out on stage very confidently. Please welcome to the stage, Jonas and Camel. Which, I was like, you have to know that that's the one word that is not my name. There's no way my brown parents saw their brown baby and were like, are you thinking what I'm thinking? That's ruined his life. Camel, right?
You travel around quite a bit doing comedy. Have you been, where have you been recently that's been exotic and fun?
I was in Singapore recently, and something happened that changed my life forever. Like, yeah. No, it's good, dude. Good.
Did you get
thing.
the shots?
No. I did, well, you'll know one kind of shot. I used a bidet for the first time. Why?
That is a kind of shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had never used a bidet
It's
before.
amazing. Why is this not the only thing anybody's ever talking about? Like, from now on, my life will be divided into two sections. Before I ever used a bidet and the age of enlightenment. So, how does it know exactly where to go? Isn't everybody different? Like, this had the knowing touch of an old lover. Like, hey. It went right to the thing.
It went right. Okay, so you're in Singapore and you use a bidet.
Yeah.
And it became the greatest experience of your life.
Yeah. I mean, the first sound I made was a lot like your impression of a falcon. I turned it on and it was like...
Yeah.
Good work. Good work.
It was like that.
Really work.
Have you guys...
It comes out.
So
Have you used one ever?
no, I don't.
You've never used a bidet?
I don't. Well, maybe I don't think so. I think I thought it was a bidet and it was a broken toilet.
I am jealous. I wish I could use one for the first time.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, so you had a good experience. So why don't you, big deal, go out and get yourself a bidet. You can get one and have it in your home, can't you?
Well, I rent. I can't... That's an awkward conversation with my landlord. Like, hey, good news, bad news. Made some improvements. I have a filthy butthole, so... I had a filthy... It was just so wonderful.
Yeah.
Like, isn't it amazing that after all these years, life still has the capacity to surprise you, you know? In the beginning, and I was like in the bathroom for so long in Singapore, just like you, in the beginning, I was using it to feel clean, and then I was using it just to feel like myself.
All right, well, let's talk about your show, Silicon Valley.
That's right.
Just debuted.
Yeah.
A lot of people talking about this show. Your parents must be excited.
Well, okay, so my parents and I have this weird thing where we don't really talk about, like, my career at all. We talk, but we don't talk about this. Like, for instance, last year, I had my first stand-up comedy special come out on Comedy Central called Beta Male. And it was a big deal to me, so I texted my parents and I was like, you guys, it's on this time. I've been doing comedy 10 years. It's my first special. Please watch it. It'll mean a lot to me. Soon as it's over, it airs, soon as the credits are rolling, I get a text from my dad. And I'll read you the entirety of the text I got from my dad.
And this is real, okay.
This is completely real. Actually, can we see the text?
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
you guys have
I think
it.
you can put it up.
That's the text I got.
That's fantastic.
Can we look at it real quick again? If you notice, there's no period at the end.
Yeah.
I was like, did my dad die while texting me? I called him, no, he's thriving.
Yeah.
And for a couple weeks, we don't talk about it.
Right.
A couple weeks later, the plot thickens. I'm on Amazon. Mm-hmm. I'm reading reviews of my special. There's no way around that. And I find one from a certain Shabana Nanjiani. So I'm like, okay, that's... But the thing is, she didn't know she logged in, so she's pretending to be someone else.
Wait, this is your mom?
This is my mom.
Is pretending to be someone else reviewing your special.
Yeah, it's like as if people are going to be like, oh, two Nanjianis found each other. What are the odds?
That name is like, it's like Smith. Yeah.
Back in Pakistan. So, so she's right. Spoiler alert. It's not a negative review, but I want to read you the entirety of the review she left me.
Okay, let's hear it.
The subject line is "No end to laughter." I watched the DVD and could not stop laughing. Very well performed. None of the jokes could be called stale.
That's such a backhanded compliment.
Yeah, it feels like an answer to a question that nobody asked, you know? Could any of the jokes be called stale? None of the jokes could be called stale.
Yeah. I worry about the show's freshness.
I've been watching other comedy stand-up shows also, so now she's pretending to be someone else. I've been around the block. I know my comedy shows. I've been watching other comedy stand-up shows also, but, okay, now pay attention to how close this gets to a compliment. Pay attention to how close it gets to being a compliment, okay?
But then isn't.
It's so close. I've been watching other comedy stand-up shows also, but this one is by far amongst the topmost.
That's fantastic.
So many qualifiers. By far amongst the topmost. All jokes were crisp and extremely well executed. All I can say is, hats off to Beta Male. 3 stars. I'm joking. It is 5 stars, but it reads like a 3-star
No,
review.
it kind of does, yeah.
Like, well, no, the jokes could be called stale, but
Now,
what's he doing with his life?
When you're doing stand-up, you do something intriguing. I've heard about, I haven't seen it, where you do a game with the audience. Is that right? And you try and
that's right.
You play a game with the audience and explain how the game works. You try to
Okay.
get them to guess.
Yeah, so I'll play. So, do you guys know what the Library of Congress is? What they've been doing is archiving every book ever written, every piece of literature, and they revealed a couple months ago that they've also been archiving every tweet that's ever been.
Oh,
put
they are? Didn't know
on
that.
the same hard drives as the best literature ever written. So I want to. Yeah, you should all be terrified.
Yeah.
I want to play this game. I'm going to read you.
What's the game? Well, how does it work?
I'm going to read you a quote, and you have to tell me if it's something from a great piece of literature or if it's something I found on Twitter, okay?
Okay.
So I'll read you a quote,
Okay.
and you have to guess, and there's nothing at stake. I have no gift for you.
It's my life. Go ahead.
It is not in the stars to hold our destiny, but in ourselves.
Okay. That's. Come on.
Not in the stars to hold our destiny, but in
Great.
ourselves.
That's Shakespeare.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Very
That is
good.
right.
I went to, yeah.
It's good, right?
I love
It is
Shakespeare,
not in
yeah.
the stars to hold our destiny.
Continue.
Second one. Surrounded by MILFs at Taco Bell. Surrounded by MILFs at Taco Bell.
I'm gonna go with William Faulkner.
I was gonna say Emily Dickinson.
She liked MILF.
Oh, she loved
Oh, she liked her milfs.
and her tacos. Andy? I didn't even mean it.
Andy!
That was an accident.
Andy!
Look,
It's all
I'm naturally filthy. I didn't intend.
it's all
You know what
conjecture.
you need a bidet.
That's
Yeah.
right. I need
All that up.
day.
Do we have can we do a
Yeah,
couple
please.
more?
Oh, yeah.
To live without hope is to cease to live. To live without hope.
That's a great. That feels. That's like a Russian novelist.
It's Dostoevsky.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yes, I dress my dog. He gets cold and he's my boy. No judgy. Hashtag LOL.
This is a fun game.
It is a fun
It's the
game.
easiest game I've ever played. All right, Silicon Valley. A lot of talk about this show. People really loved it. First episode. Friends, a bunch of friends start up a tech-savvy friends start up a business, and I think we have a clip here from Silicon Valley. What can you tell us about this clip?
So it's me and Martin Starr are in this clip, and we're both programmers, and we sort of have this love-hate relationship. We're always sort of going at each other.
Okay.
So you'll see some of
Let's
that.
take a look.
Hey, Guilfoyle, I thought you were a Satanist.
I'm a LaVeyan Satanist with some theistic tendencies.
Some theistic tendencies. Well, then what's with the cross?
It's an upside down cross.
Not from here, it isn't. Oh, I see. You know what you should do? You should get another tattoo that says this side up on it.
I just translated farsi.
That's not the language I speak.
Congratulations on the show.
Thank you.
Silicon Valley airs Sundays at 10 on HBO. Kumail Nanjiani, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
That was great. We'll be right back. Bad Sons are here. Stick around. All right, everybody, we are back. My next guests are the hosts of the weekly Los Angeles stand-up show, The Meltdown, with Jonah and Kumail, which now has its own series on Comedy Central. Please welcome Kumail Nanjiani and Jonah Ray. All right, right, so much to talk about. Kumail, I'm going to start with you. Silicon Valley. You're on the show Silicon Valley, which is one of my favorite shows this season. It's hilarious.
Oh, thank
Congratulations.
you.
You guys have a bunch of Emmy nominations. So.
Yeah, thank you. It's been awesome. People seem to really like the show.
Yeah.
That's my friend. That's my best friend.
Jonah, we saw you start the applause.
No.
You were on
It
camera.
was some other guy.
Oh, okay, incredible.
It was some other guy.
So Kumail, the show is hilarious. The show's
Yeah, and last time I was here, I was talking about how my mom is never really impressed by anything. So with this one, I was like, hey, you gotta watch it. It's a show on HBO. So she watched the first few and she liked it. And then there's one episode where there's an image that I was a little concerned about. We hire on the show a graphic designer to make a logo for the company.
You're a bunch of web startup guys, yeah, and you try to make a new logo.
Yeah, and so this guy makes a huge garage door-sized graffiti piece that is me in Aztec warrior outfit. Can we just show the picture so I don't
Yeah,
have to
I think
describe
you're-
it?
yeah.
So that's... so as you can see, it's me.
And then
taking-
you're doing that to the Statue of Liberty.
Yep, I'm taking liberties with the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah.
So I had to call my mom and be like, hey, there's gonna be something you're not gonna love in this one, but so just be ready for it. And then she watched it and she called me and she was like, Kumail, we just got to this country. They're gonna send us back. It's like we just became citizens. You're penetrating the Statue of Liberty. I was like, isn't that the immigrant dream, Mom? To come here and make love to freedom? Isn't that why we're
It
here?
didn't look like you were making love, but anyway.
Everyone's having a great time.
Neither of you look like you're enjoying it.
Yeah, no one's enjoying that scenario, and don't put it up again. All right. No!
Yeah.
You see, she's dropped the torch. She doesn't need it.
Let's talk about the meltdown. Now, gentlemen, the meltdown, it takes place in a comic book storeroom, the storeroom of a comic book store. Why? Why did you set it there?
Well, we were there all the time anyway, beating up nerds. And I figure, just save time and just do a comedy show there while we're
So
at it.
that's a place you're comfortable. You guys are comfortable in comic book stores.
Oh,
you know.
yeah. Next, I want to do a show in my bathroom, because I'm there anyway.
Yeah.
Let's do a show.
Yeah.
The weird thing about that place is that we have a horrible infestation of crickets in the
Where you shoot the show?
Yeah, where we do the show. So you know how comedians talk about like how, oh, I hear crickets when I'm not doing well. We have literal crickets that you hear. Our friend Pete Holmes, who you know,
Yes, yeah.
said, if you don't do well in that room, God comes down to heckle you himself.
Yeah. So it's a room where you're trying to do comedy, but you hear crickets whenever someone makes a joke.
It's just like the worst situation for a comedian. It would be like if you went to a strip club and there's pictures of your mom everywhere.
Yeah.
Or like
Why
my
did you
mom.
put that image in our head?
It's better than the other image.
That's true.
Yeah.
Let's look at it one.
No! Okay, good.
I think crickets are just fans of comedy, but they only like awkward silences, and that's when they're just cracking up. So we're gonna try.
That's crickets enjoying stuff.
Yeah, exactly. We're gonna try and book Jiminy Cricket next season.
Very nice. Now, have you guys, you're both successful comedians. Have you had bad shows in the past? Shows where you just couldn't make it work?
Yeah, a lot. One was violent for me. I was opening up for my friend's band called Man Man, and I was doing a joke about wrestling and Hulk Hogan, and some guy who looked like a wrestler. He looked like the wrestler Tugboat. Ran onto stage and picked me up and then body slammed me. And then I thought that was the worst that could happen. And then he pulled down his sweatpants and it just tried to sit on my face.
Wait, underwear?
No. Do you wear underwear with sweatpants? This guy didn't. And he tries to start, and no one's helping me, so I grab a mic stand. I got knocked over, and I'm holding it up like this, which his cheeks then collapse around.
Oh my God!
And it's so close to my face, and I'm screaming, and it's...
Why is he doing, I mean, so he was...
I don't know.
Okay.
Because I'm really funny, and that was the way he showed love as a wrestler. It's the only way he knows how.
And there's no security? There's no one, anyone
There
try to
was
help you at
security.
all?
No one tried to help me. There was one girl who took my shoe.
What?
My foot was at the edge of the stage. Some girl took my shoe, and then afterwards I was like, why didn't anybody help me? They're like, oh, I thought you knew him. And so
What happened to the shoe?
someone found it at the bottom of a garbage can without the laces. And then I was walking down the street in New York trying to find a place where I can buy some shoelaces. And then I saw the guy coming up to me, and I got really scared. And he walked up to me, he's all, that was great. They really hated me. It was like a wrestling match.
That's not what
So
we
he
told-
does that when he just loves to participate when he's watching comics perform?
I think so. I think he's just all about showbiz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the idea of someone who's at a comedy show and someone's sitting on their face and they're like, well, I needed to buy shoelaces. I think I could just get that guy's. He's not using them.
Get his shoe. Get his shoe.
The perfect crime.
I had this one. I was in Chicago and I had a show at a gay bar, and there was gay porn playing everywhere. I didn't know it was a gay bar.
Hold it.
It was called Jackhammer.
You went to a club called Jackhammer and you didn't know it was a gay bar.
Did you think it was like for construction workers?
Yeah. I was like, that's why they're all shirtless, you know? They're hard day of laying down the blacktop. And they just want to have fun. The picture outside was a naked guy just with a jackhammer. So many clues, Conan. But I'm in there, and there was gay porn playing while I'm performing.
That should have been the other clue. Don't you think?
By the time I saw the gay porn, I was pretty sure I knew what I was dealing with.
Right.
But it was very distracting. And I've never seen gay porn. It's not my thing. It was very distracting for everybody, but it's also distracting for me because I'm not into gay porn, but these guys are the best at it, you know? These are like professionals. Like, I don't love juggling, but if someone's like, these are award-winning jugglers, I'm gonna be like, I'll give them 40 seconds, see what they're about.
I'd imagine.
Like, they're doing things I've never seen before.
Yeah.
That's a fair point. They're
Right?
very good at what they do. They're the best at what they do.
Yeah.
So you were distracted and you found yourself not doing the act and just watching the
No,
photography for a while.
I did my act, but every now and then I would look at like, because the thing is, I'm not into juggling, but everyone else at the bar is like, we really love juggling.
Yeah.
So they're I bombed, didn't do well, and the
Right.
next day the booker called me, was like, that was great, you want to come back and do it again? I was like, no, I'm never coming back.
If you don't go back, you're homophobic. You should go back.
I've messed up. I'll invite my mom to the show.
Okay, on your show, The Meltdown, you guys get a lot of audience participation. You ask them questions about their lives. Like, what's the kind of questions you ask people?
Well, one we had was, we sort of tell stories about our own, and then we ask the audience, so one of them is first crushes. Who was your first, do you remember your first crush?
A first crush
On,
from life or from...
What else would you have a crush from?
Well, sometimes they say, like, first crush from from watching
anywhere.
TV. Oh, from anywhere.
Yeah, I don't want you to name some lady.
Oh, you want... Yes, I remember. You're not going to know who it is. It was just a girl that I had a crush on.
But it was your first,
Yeah.
your first real...
Cut it out!
Oh, Conan's in
Cut it out!
Conan's got a girlfriend.
Yeah. I think I was 28.
Mine was, do you remember the cartoon Sleeping Beauty?
Yes.
Not Sleeping Beauty. It was the evil witch, Maleficent. Can we see? Do you guys? Oh, God.
Wait, you had a crush on her?
Yeah, she's got 2 horns. You make love to her. Then she turns into a dragon. You ride a dragon.
I wouldn't be able to do anything to her because, look, the bird would be watching the whole time.
That's part of it.
Oh, you don't have
Bird,
a crush on the bird?
I can't perform in front of that bird.
That bird's like that bird over there.
Yeah.
But I recently, like this year, a new Maleficent movie came out starring Angelina Jolie.
Yes.
Which is like, that was like I went across time and space back to me as a 12-year-old, and we just like high-fived our boners, you know? And I want to be clear. It's not,
I have a boner.
it's not pedophilia, it's me. At worst, it's statutory masturbation.
It's you with yourself at a
Yeah.
younger age.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Jonah, what about you? Any crushes at that age?
Yeah, mine's a bit similar. It was
It was me as a 12-year-old.
It was, yeah, I loved high-fiving boners. You and some old dude?
I don't want to hear high five boner one more time.
Okay.
I want to hear it 2 more times.
Mine was also a cartoon, but it was Robin Hood from the Disney.
What?
Yeah, so it was a.
Wait, that? You had a crush on Robin Hood?
So yeah, so here's the thing.
He's not even a human.
Yeah, well, it's a cartoon, so all bets are off, Kumail. Yeah, I find it okay. He was so charming and so funny that I just couldn't stop thinking about him all the time. And then almost similar to Kumail, like, when the Fantastic Mr. Fox came out and it was George Clooney, I was just like, oh, I get it now. Into it.
Your favorite thing, so your fetish is a male cartoon fox.
Yeah, exactly. If I ever come across one of those in a Cool World situation, my wife is done.
Yeah.
Andy, what was yours? Do you remember?
Well, I think Christy McNichol. No one even knows who that is.
Yes, I remember Christy McNichol.
Yeah, Christy McNichol.
Christy
yeah.
McNichol was in
She was on a show
movies
called Family.
Yeah.
I am odd. I was actually attracted to a human.
What?
Weirdo. You weirdo.
I love how accepting. Everyone else is accepting of these cartoons.
Yeah.
You named a very attractive young girl that you had a crush on when you were a boy, and people are flipped out. Gross. Well, someone should get therapy.
Yeah, it should be a fox or the Statue of Liberty or something.
Yeah, at the very least. The Meltdown with Jonah and Kumail airs Wednesday nights at 12:30 on Comedy Central. You are very funny gentlemen. Thank you for being here. Kumail Nanjiani, Jonah Ray, we'll be right back. Ty Seagal's here. What do you miss? Do you miss anything about Pakistan, about where you grew up?
Yeah, I mean, I miss a lot of things. I have to say that.
Yeah.
We're not the most laid-back people.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'll tell you, this happened to me. This is one of the worst days of my life, and this happened in Pakistan. This is when I was about 11 or so.
Uh-huh.
And you have to know 2 things before I tell you. One, I didn't start wearing underwear until I was too old. Like, okay, this is the story of.
I didn't know there was an age limit on underwear wearing.
I feel like 11's too old to not be wearing underwear.
Oh, so
right?
what I'm saying, yes, you didn't start wearing underwear until later on.
Until this is the story of why I started wearing underwear.
Gather around, everyone. Let's get the campfire going.
I'm a little.
A big prop book.
Yeah. So what happened?
Okay, this story takes place during what I call the summer of masturbation. They're not related. They're not connected in the way you think.
Okay.
This is the summer where I discovered masturbation.
Yeah.
And I was really just pouring a lot of my time into that.
Yeah.
That was sort of like my project.
I'm same way. Right off the bat, I was a fan.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, totally. It's like when I first saw basketball, I was like, oh, I'm going to like this forever.
Yeah.
That's how I was with masturbation.
Right.
And what happened was I had a cousin my age. He came over to my house, and he pulled me aside, and he was like, hey, I heard that if you hold your penis and you go up and down, something happens.
Right.
And I was like, that sounds right. That feels right. I was like, you go in the bathroom and you try it and then you report back. He's in there for 3 minutes. He comes out and his face is red, which is very hard for my people to get a red face.
Yeah.
His face is red. I asked him how it was, and his lips moved, but no sound came out. And then I swear, he picked up a BB gun and shot a crow. And I was like...
His face was red. He didn't speak. He picked up a BB gun and shot a crow.
Shot a crow. And I was like, I'm doing this right now.
Yeah.
Tonight we become men, So I go in, I get started, and I haven't, it takes me 30 seconds. Like, my body's been waiting, like, this is what we wanted for so long.
Right.
At the point of impact, I black out.
You blacked out.
I black out.
You black out.
I black out and I wake up and I'm laying on the floor of my bathroom.
Yeah.
And I remember saying out loud to myself, oh, this is going to be a problem. And it really was. I was really like going at it a lot, you know? So I was like scheduling things around it.
Wait, did you faint every time?
No, just the first time.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right.
I didn't faint every time.
Okay.
Right. 'cause
There's
that'd
more
be a real bummer.
details that I don't want to get into.
Sure, of course.
Yeah, we don't want to go down any untoward road.
Right. That's a web extra.
Yeah.
So, so I'm doing this a lot. I'm getting embarrassed. I'm doing this a lot, and we have a theme park in Karachi called Funland. That's
Sure.
the name of it. It's called Funland, which sounds like a real first draft name. Funland.
We'll get to the real. We'll come up with something better, but Funland for now.
It's right around the corner from Work Building and Food Room. So my cousins are gonna come over, and we're all gonna go to Funland. Now, 10 minutes. I only have 10 minutes, and this would have been the third one of the day. But I'm like, I could do it. So 10 minutes, third one of the day. So I go in, and based on how much time I had and how many times I'd done it, I'd think of different situations. So this is, you know, I have to go for nuclear option, which is possessed Sigourney Weaver in Ghostbusters. That's the hardest thing I can think of.
Yeah. The possessed Sigourney Weaver, not, yes, I remember when she's.
Well, because it's like a threesome with just one other person.
Yeah.
Because, you know, the gatekeeper's in there, too.
Okay, right.
So, imagine that little kid telling you this story. So, I get started and I've mistimed it. My cousins show up. My mom's yelling at me, we gotta go. Very stressful. I get it done. I get the job done. I pull up my pants. If you remember, I didn't wear underwear.
Ah.
I zip through my penis. I zipped through my penis. I didn't.
You didn't chop it off.
No, that would have been the first thing I would have mentioned. I would have been like, this is the story of how I lost my dick.
Right. That would have been different title.
Yeah.
It would have been a different title.
Yeah.
There
You're
also,
right.
in the intro, we would have said star of Silicon Valley, dickless mailman.
Yeah.
No, half dick.
Half dick.
Half
right.
dick.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I would introduce everyone, like, hey, 2 things about me. I'm from Pakistan, and I have half a dick.
Yeah.
I know you have questions.
Yeah.
Life in Pakistan wasn't easy.
Yeah. So you're saying you
I took off a
sliced...
chunk off the side.
You took a piece off the side. Okay.
Took a piece off the side, just the littlest piece, but it felt giant. And it wasn't even stuck in there. I was like, it's done, party's over. And it's bleeding a lot, and I'm a kid, I don't want it to get infected, so I get my dad's aftershave,
Oh my God.
and I
Oh my
poured the
God.
whole bottle down there. And it felt like if fire had teeth. It's like the kind of pain where you're flashing like football highlights and pictures of all your dead relatives and the orcs marching out of Mordor.
Yeah.
Which those movies hadn't even come out.
Right,
It
right.
hurt so much I had a prophecy. And the next day, I went and I bought underwear. The postscript to that story is, things are great down there now. Things are
Okay.
Things
All
are
right.
good.
Got everything.
All right. High five.
Everything's great down there. Everything's great down there. Right?
You're all fine, yeah.
But there is a scar that needs to be addressed. It needs to, and so now I'm married, so it's fine. But for years, when I'd charmed someone to the point where they might see it, I kind of had to prep them. I had to be like, hey, when you get down there, there's gonna be something weird. It's not that weird. It's kind of weird. In Pakistan, we had a theme park called Funland.
What a nice story to tell. You were here, I think the last time we spoke, you talked about growing up in Pakistan.
Yeah.
Where in Pakistan? It was
It's called Karachi.
Karachi.
Yeah.
And you were saying that your exposure to sort of Western culture was a little haphazard, that your parents let you watch Silence of the Lambs at a very early age.
Yeah.
And I remember you telling me that story, and it was really funny. Were there other what were your U.S. sort of pop culture experiences when you're growing up in Karachi? What did you see? What were your impressions?
Well, we didn't get everything, you know. So we got certain big stuff, like we got the A-Team,
Right.
we got Knight Rider.
Yeah.
But then we also, whatever we got, we thought was huge. So one of the shows we got that was a huge hit in Pakistan was a show called Picket Fences. Everybody in Pakistan was always making picket fences references. And when I was moving here,
I
I
barely
was like,
remember Picket Fences. I don't know. I don't really remember that show.
ask any Pakistani.
Oh yeah.
We can. When I moved here, I was like, right? It's like Douglas Wamba, and they're like, what are you talking about? and I met my wife, and I was making picket fences references to her, and she literally had to. She was like, hey, you know, that wasn't a really big show here.
Yeah.
For 10 years, people would just let me ramble about a show they thought I'd made up in my head. And she's like, people with your picket fences references, I took her to meet my family, and then my family was making picket fences references. It's huge in Pakistan.
That's so funny. What about, did you say X-Files was on?
Oh, yeah.
X-Files was on in Karachi, right?
Yeah, it was on in Karachi, but they said, they added a thing in the beginning, in the credits. It said, based on true stories.
Yeah.
And I, as a kid, would watch it and be like, I gotta go to America.
Wait, you thought it was like a documentary?
I thought it was all real.
Yeah.
I was like, why is none of this stuff happening here?
Yeah.
We get no aliens. But then I come to America, and then they call me alien.
Yeah. Makes no sense.
The other thing, we had, people ask me what it was like, you know, growing up in Pakistan, and this is what I tell them. I was like a big DuckTales fan when I was a kid. I used to... Thank you, Scrooge McDuck.
Can you just explain, DuckTales was like about, was Scrooge McDuck? Was that what it was?
Yeah, it's Scrooge McDuck and Huey, Louie, Dewey, and they're
Right.
kind of hanging out and being
Yeah.
rich, and Launchpad McQuack. I mean, I could go on for a little while.
Yeah.
But I was a big fan, and I had a coloring book, and I would color into this book every day. I loved it, and in the back it had the lyrics to the theme song. And so I would color in every day, and I would sing the song. The only problem was we didn't get DuckTales in Pakistan, so I didn't know how the song went.
Right. So you had to kind of improvise
So
the
every
tune.
day I would sit and I would color in the book and say, DuckTales, oh. Because they just printed a bunch of O's in a row.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't until 10 years later when I watched DuckTales and I was like, DuckTales, woo! And I was like, oh.
You tweeted a very cute picture of you as a child, Throwback Thursday photo.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you look, you're just an adorable kid. Did people, kids, you know?
I should mention I used to be a train conductor when I was. Can I have your ticket?
Yeah.
Did you get, when you posted that picture, what did people say when you put that up? Because it's such an adorable picture. I'm imagining a lot of people were like, oh, you look such a cute kid.
Well, I was really excited because I was a cute kid, I thought. So I tweeted it, and first of all, I will say not one compliment, not one positive thing.
Right.
Can we see it again?
Yeah.
Many people thought I just photoshopped my current face onto some child conductor's butt. And one guy said, rarely has a child been portrayed with such smugness.
Yeah, you're pretty cocky there.
Like, can I have some candy? And then a lot of people were like, I've never seen a 30-year-old baby before. One guy said, this is burned into my brain, the only aging that happened to you is that your body grew to match your giant, unchanging head.
It's your own fault for putting that out there, you know?
I honestly had, people had made fun of pictures of me, so I was like, oh, let's see what you do with this. Okay, I regret it.
Do you think of yourself as a confident man?
No, people think like, doing stand-up and stuff is like, it's like I've never felt confident. I think it's because when I was a kid, the bar for confidence for me was set like super high.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did you know someone who was super confident?
Well, I was like 8 years old. I'm at my friend's birthday party.
Where is this now?
This is in Karachi, Pakistan.
Okay.
And he's also like turning 8 or whatever. I just mean we're all kids. I'm
Right.
not going to like a 34-year-old's birthday.
Right.
And I'm talking to a friend of mine, and we're just talking, and I don't know what we're talking about. But while I'm talking to him, I noticed that this kid has like pooped himself. But it's not like a little bit. This is like the day's, you know? This is like
Into his trousers.
into his trousers, and it's just there, and he's just like talking to me and laughing and like gesturing, and I notice it, and I'm not trying to call him out. I just notice it, and I go, "Oh, hey, you have poop in your pants." And he looks at me dead in the eyes, and he goes, "That's not poo, that's party cream." And then he went and got another slice of cake. I want to be as confident as that kid. Party cream.
What is he talking about?
Well, I was like, well, he must be right.
Yeah.
Look at his gait.
Yeah.
I
To have swagger in that situation. I beg to disagree, my friend.
Yeah, and I came home to my mom. I was like, I need party cream. Because this is true. I don't know why I'm talking about this.
Yeah.
Okay. This was not. There was one time I did myself, Conan, okay? I did.
I swear to God, I was not trying to steer us at all into this direction.
Fine. Fine. Happened to
This is actually, it hasn't been announced. This is your pants week on the Conan Show.
Tomorrow,
You're first.
Al Roker.
Yeah.
So go ahead, tell us this other
Why am I
gem.
talking about this? This was like 2 years ago.
What?
It happens.
It happens, right?
It happens.
I mean, when was the last time you?
Okay, don't get into
Okay.
angry because
I was working.
we've had to
first
reupholster
of all,
that
it's
couch
Monday,
7
right?
times.
You go ahead.
I wasn't sick or anything. I was at work. And I didn't even feel like I needed to go to the bathroom. It was like, one moment there was no poop in my pants, and then it almost felt like someone else my pants.
Did you ever figure out what happened there, pal?
I assume I my pants.
Okay. Why did I ask for more? Why, Andy?
I don't know.
Why did I dig further?
Well, did you go home from work, or did you just knock it off the party cream?
Yeah.
Well, if you guys really want to know the details, I'll tell you.
Absolutely. What do you think? We want to hear you push your show? We want to hear how you clean your pants out.
I was working, I was shooting something,
Yeah.
and I'm waiting to go out, so I'm wearing their clothes. These are
Oh
not,
my God! It was wardrobe.
It was
You were wearing the wardrobe
Oh.
on the show.
I was.
Oh, you're the worst.
And I swear this is completely true. I'm in my trailer waiting to go out, and I'm playing I swear it's a game called Temple Run on my iPad.
Sure.
Sure. We all know Temple Run.
And then, like I said,
Game you play when you're constipated.
Temple,
It works every time. You didn't know that?
Temple runs. Why am I doing this?
I don't know. I don't know.
It just happened. Well, we're here now.
So you're wearing the show's clothes.
I'm wearing the show's clothes. I'm playing Temple Run. No in my pants. And then suddenly there is a fair
It's not a magic trick. You make it sound like David Copperfield is there.
Wow. And
Bam! Look at that. You married outside of your family's faith. Is that correct?
Yeah, so we're Muslim and she's not Muslim, and so, but my family was very understanding, very welcoming. So we had this like Muslim ceremony at my parents' house. We had a small.
And your wife was okay with that?
Yeah.
That she married sort of in a Muslim ceremony. She was cool with it.
Yeah, she was cool with it. We did both, We
Yeah.
did like the Muslim one, and then we did the wrong one, and so. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What is happening today?
Yeah,
so,
it's good.
So we're all there, and we're gonna get married. Her family's there, my family's there, and the Muslim priest guy comes in, and he's like, "What's the name of the guy?" And they go, "Kumail," and he's like, "That's a beautiful name." And they go, and he goes, "What's the name of the woman?" And they go, "Emily," and he goes, "I'm not gonna marry someone named Emily."
Really?
Yep, very intense. And
And
okay,
how is he dressed, by the way? Is he
well,
hardcore? Is he?
This is what he looked like. Pretend you're a racist and then imagine a Muslim.
Got it. Got it. Got it.
He looked like a Muslim on the news, you know?
Yeah.
He checked all the boxes.
Yeah.
So my mom freaks out and she comes to Emily and she's like, "Hey, can we change your name just for today?" And Emily's very nice, so she's like, "Sure." We change her name to Iman just for the day. And so in Muslim ceremonies, the men and the women sit separately. So it's me, I'm sitting next to this guy, and then up the stairs is Emily within like earshot. And I hate this guy, you know, I hate this.
This is you're talking about the person performing the service, yeah.
Yeah, I hate him because he's like so close-minded. And I'm just sitting there like, oh, I wish it was someone else marrying me. Not someone else marrying me as the wife.
Yes,
someone else.
Right. Well, she had a different cleric, yeah.
Yes. Halfway through the ceremony, in the room, Beyonce's Naughty Girl starts playing, but just the chorus, like, "I'm a naughty girl, I'm a naughty girl, I'm a naughty girl." And I'm looking around like, oh my God, who has this as their ringtone? I swear, this Muslim cleric reaches into his pocket, pulls out a glowing cell phone, flips it open to see who's calling, because that's just his general ringtone for everyone, you know? That's not like, oh, naughty girl, Zubaida must be calling, you know? And but he doesn't turn it off and he puts it down, and for another 20 seconds, Beyonce and the Quran harmonize together.
And this guy, it's amazing, this guy won't perform a service for Emily, but
Yeah.
that's what he's listening to.
But, you know, I mean, Beyonce transcends all faiths.
One of the things that makes the show work so well, in addition to amazing writing, is you have terrific chemistry. Some of you have known each other a long time. Who's known each other the longest?
Well, I think Thomas and I, we've known each other like 12 years.
Yeah, me, you, and
At
TJ.
TJ
Yeah.
also. And Thomas and I became friends playing video games together.
Yeah.
We, not in the same room.
No,
or
no,
house.
no.
Who would do that? Gross. Everyone in this audience is like, yeah.
Gross.
How
Other
would you
humans.
socialize?
But we would like talk to each other and I didn't really know him. But there was a point where
We're playing Gears of War, the first one.
we were playing the first Gears of War.
That's an important detail.
Yes.
It's a great game. We love it. If you need us in the next one, we're here. We're just selling ourselves.
You do a great, what's his name? Marcus Phoenix.
Phoenix?
Correction.
No, you do it. Oh, they don't know.
Yes, they do. They
I'm
know
pretty
the
sure
game.
it's a safe place.
Yeah. You're in a safe zone right here to talk about video games.
But there's a level where we're in a cart and I have to shoot a guy. I have to shoot a dog with a sniper rifle, an evil dog, a demon dog,
A wall-crawling dog.
a
yeah.
wall-crawling dog from hell. And I just couldn't get it, and it took us 2 days. And Thomas was so patient. When we finally got it, I almost cried. And I was like, we're friends for life now.
Yeah.
That's so nice. You bonded over that very meaningful experience in your life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Elon Musk. You tweeted with Elon Musk and he tweeted back. Is that right?
Well, somebody tweeted at him about Silicon Valley, and he said that he wanted to be on the show. And I was like, yeah, whatever you want to do, I'm sure you could do on the show. And he was like, I want to be a monkey. And I was like, okay, that's the end of this conversation. I don't have a response to Elon Musk saying he wants to be a monkey on the show.
And you guys have met. I mean, you've met Mark Zuckerberg, right?
These guys did, yeah.
You did.
Yeah, we met him very briefly. Martin and I did.
Does he watch the show? I mean, in Silicon Valley, what do they think about the show? Do they like how they're being portrayed?
I think Mark Zuckerberg is aware of the show, and I don't know if he loves it or really watches it a lot. I know that we did something to he was a little annoyed at us when we met him. And so,
Maybe
why am
that's
I
just-
saying this about super powerful people?
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
happened?
what happened?
Spill the beans,
Yeah,
Kumail.
why not? This is, come on.
It's just
All right.
television.
Yeah, just go ahead.
I'll tell you.
It's not like
So-
this is gonna get out on the internet or anything. Go over.
There was this event that we had to present a thing for, and it was a science event. They got Martin and I, and Martin and I thought it would be funny. In season 1, there's a bit that we do where it's how fast you can jack off every guy in a room. And so at this science event that was thrown by NASA, we decided to reenact that bit. And my favorite part was that almost nobody knew what we were talking about. And it just seemed like we were presenting a talk on how to most efficiently just jack off every guy in a room. And they were very upset. And then afterwards, we went to Mark Zuckerberg, who'd thrown the event, and he was like, hey, I think that was a bad call. And we were like, oh, yeah, you're right. Can we get a selfie?
Clearly that ate you up inside.
They can't all be winners.
Yeah.
I would like to believe that somehow someone in the room was so inspired with this jack-off story that like now we have a mission to Mars planned that much earlier. You're right. That's how you get faster to Mars.
No.
And middle out.
No. Stop it. No. There's
No, we're doing, these are not penises.
This is the Mars shuttle, dude.
No.
Shuttle.
No, we're ending it.
This is the Mars shuttle.
My thanks.
We're just,
My thanks to the former cast of Silicon Valley.
Name, please.
Bill Hader. Okay, so he's young, right? Okay.
I want to do the Kessel Run in 16 parsecs, Mom. Can we try that? No notes! No notes!
Dan?
Hey, where are you now? I'm Han Solo. How do you say it? Han Solo. Hey, Han Solo. No, just like he's on his way to do errands or whatever. I'm also Batman. If you guys want, I could go deeper.
No, we're good, thank you.
Down here.
It's fine.
Okay.
Name, please?
Melissa McCarthy. You've never heard of the Millennium Falcon? It's a ship that made the Kessel Run in less than 12 parsnips.
It's parsecs.
Parsnips is funnier. Nobody knows what a parsec is. Parsnips, they're gonna be like, what? Parsnips.
Have you seen Star Wars?
I've seen a good portion of one of them with the small wizard boy in the school in the hills.
Hey guys. Wow.
Name, please?
Sure. Thomas Middleditch. Han Solo, the early years.
Han Solo.
Solo. I'm saying solo.
Han.
Solo. What the? He doesn't have a lightsaber. He's the guy that doesn't have a lightsaber. It's thermal detonator. Idiot. Not on camera, not on camera, not on camera, not on camera, not on camera.
Here's young Tauntaun. Young Tauntaun. This is a skateboard. And, you know what I could do is young Jabba the Hutt. Young Jabba the Hutt's like, name, please?
Really? Jodie Foster. You've never heard of the Millennium Falcon? It's the ship that made the Kessel Run in less than 12 parsecs. Now get off of my plane. That's from a different Harrison Ford movie. It doesn't matter.
Name?
I'm sorry. Millennium Falcon, cruising along here. Ooh, you almost hit a star. Oh, you never tell me the odds. Great kid. Don't get cocky.
Name, please.
Kumail Nanjiani from TV's Franklin and Bash. So is this like a big spoiler, like when Han Solo was young, was he Pakistani? Because like, I'm Pakistani. I will say if you don't cast me in this, you're racist. Never tell me the odds. How's that? I'm really good at like just never hearing the odds. So, like,
The odds are...
no, never tell me the odds, dude.
Name?
First with the same guy. Oh, shit. Okay.
Never tell me the odds.
No.
Never tell me the odds.
Like this way or...
No.
Man, what the you want me to do? Tell me what you want.
Never tell me the odds?
No. Name, please.
I'm Jeff Goldblum. But before we film anything, can I just ask? This is for young Han Solo. Well, let's give it a shot, as the kids say. You never heard of the Millennium Falcon? It's the ship that made the Kessel Run in less than 12 parsecs. Well, if I get the part, I'll research, believe you me, what all that means, so I can give it a little more credibility. I'll know what I'm talking about here. I'm just kind of reading it. I can't say I'm all that familiar with the entire universe or phraseology. Crazy thing is, it's true. The Force, the Jedi, all of it. It's all true. Hey, I like that. I think you see what I gave you there? Something in the... I don't have to describe it. Either you got it or you didn't.
Okay, young Chewbacca is
Hey, guys, hey, when I hit puberty, you better watch out.
Chewbacca doesn't talk like...
No!
Never tell me the odds.
Okay, Han Solo doesn't use a lightsaber.
My version of him does. He uses a lightsaber all the time.
Saber.
What?
Lightsaber.
You get out. Great kid. Don't be cocky.
No.
You suck. You suck. This whole shit show sucks. How about this?
Our thanks to every single funny person we know for helping us out with that. You get mistaken a lot for Silicon Valley's
Kumail Nanjiani,
right?
I get Kumail Nanjiani because our names are pretty close, Kunal Nayyar and Kumail Nanjiani. And then I get Aziz Ansari from Masters of None. I get Kal Penn from Harold and Kumar. So it's okay, though. I mean, they're all handsome, talented guys. It's nice to be in that club. I don't mind.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
we
it's also-
text each other. We're all like on this like brown guys text, group text. Like, who did you get mistaken for this time?
There's a brown guy group text.
Yeah, exactly. We text each other. My friend just got recognized for me and at the U.S. Customs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then they didn't make him pay any customs duty because the officer was a fan of the show. So that worked.
Yeah. So sometimes it works, and it probably works with you guys in reverse, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll text each other and say, I just got, thanks so much for the restaurant reservation. The maitre d' was a huge fan of Big Bang Theory. I'm like, welcome, you're welcome. And sometimes I'll be like, yeah, I'm the guy, from Silicon Valley. Just charged the dinner to his credit card. See you later. It works out.
The Big Sick, this is a movie that you've worked very hard on.
Yeah, it's sort of the true story of the first year of the relationship of my wife and I, Emily V. Gordon, and we wrote it, and I play myself in it, and Zoe Kazan plays her. It's not weird. And it'll come out this summer.
Okay, this is exciting. This is about your first year of your relationship with your wife, Emily. I'm just curious, were you good with girls growing up? Were you a confident womanizer?
No.
Young Kumail, to paint a picture for us.
I like to think of an unconfident womanizer.
Okay.
Like, I'm no good at this, but it keeps happening.
Yeah.
No, I was not. Oh, God. Okay, I was not good with... I couldn't really talk to girls.
Yeah. No, I've heard tell of this kind of young man. I've never was one myself, but you, was there someone that you particularly liked?
Well, I transferred my last 2 years of high school and I went to a new school and I was really bullied a lot.
And where is this? Is this?
This is in Karachi, Pakistan.
Karachi, Pakistan, okay.
Yeah.
And there was a girl I had a crush on, and I thought, I was like, we would like sort of look at each other every now and then, and I was like, oh, there's something here. I feel something, but I never talked to her. And I was always very scared to talk to her. And then on Valentine's Day, my bullies sent her flowers with my name on them, like from Kumail. And I got so scared, I hid in the library all day.
Oh.
And when I left at the end of the day, a bird shat on my head.
That really happened.
That's a completely true story. That's a completely
Now, did the bird shit on your head every day, or it was just on this one bad day?
Just this one day, God was heckling me. God was like, come on, what did you think was going to happen?
Yeah.
Maybe it was the bully's mascot.
Yeah.
Trained shitting bird.
Oh. No, they were good at others. Oh. But the story doesn't end there. This is what happens. So this happens in Karachi, Pakistan, right?
Right.
About 8 years later, I'm in Chicago, Illinois.
Okay.
Which is in a...
Your voice got really high there.
I just want to emphasize how crazy it is that this happened.
Right.
8 years later, I'm at a restaurant in Chicago, and I'm eating, and I see that girl walking by outside. I just see her on the street walking by outside. Karachi's on the other side of the world. So I'm like, oh, this is fake. This is a sign. So I run out, and I yell her name. I yell, Nigam! That's her name. You have to be very careful yelling her name in the streets of Chicago. You really gotta hit that M.
The M.
Nigam!
Yeah, the M is you gotta hit that hard.
Yeah, if somebody interrupts you while you're saying that name, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
There's no, like, good short version of that?
No, there's not. No argument here.
So I'm like, Nigam! Nigam! Let me finish.
Yeah.
I put 17 M's at the end. Nigam turns around, and I'm like, hey. And she's like, hey. And I'm like, we went to school together. My name's Kumail Nanjiani. And she said, that doesn't sound familiar. And she turned around and walked away, and then a bird shat on my head.
I'm thinking. That bird just is always waiting for you.
I think it was the same one because I did a chemical analysis. She's just been following me around.
You know, a lot of people have been up in arms recently about the way people, flight attendants or passengers are behaving on planes. It's a national conversation. You recently tweeted about something that really happened to you on a plane. Can you explain?
Yeah, so I'm on a plane flying from North Carolina back to LA, and a guy, I'm here, my wife is here, there's a guy here across the aisle, and he gets on the plane, and he takes his pants off. He takes his pants off. You know how some people take their shoes off and you're like, that's so uncool?
Yeah.
He took his pants off, and then he put his legs...
What's he wearing underneath his pants?
He's wearing boxers.
Okay.
And you know, he's sitting at the bulkhead, so it's right at the front, and he puts his legs up, and you guys are like, no way. Show him the picture.
You took a picture of this. This is the guy.
That guy. And he's right in the front of the plane, so anybody who walks in is greeted by
And look
this.
at the way the screen is illuminating his crotch. Like it's a holy relic. No, you know what I mean? When I heard about this, I thought that can't be true, and then I saw the photograph, and I thought, that's...
Yeah.
How does someone think they can do that?
I don't know. I don't know. And he's up front, so everybody who comes in is greeted by this defiant, fleshy V. Everybody has to walk by it, children. And I was like, what's going to happen?
Yeah, someone's going to, like, go and speak to him, yeah.
Yeah, well, so he's there, he's doing... And he was, like, really... I noticed this guy before we got on the plane because he was one of the guys, he was like right in front of the gate waiting, like people with wheelchairs had to like get around him as if he was like, I can't wait to get on that plane and get these pants off. So finally, a while goes by, towards like, this is about a 5-hour flight, so like 3 hours in, and a flight attendant comes up to him and is like, hey, sir, could you please put your legs down?
Oh.
She's like, people are going to the bathroom.
Not even your pants on, just put your legs down.
Yeah, we're not looking for home runs here, Conan.
Yeah.
You know, baby
Little
steps.
victories.
Yeah. So she says, could you please put your pants down, your legs down? And the guy just looks at her, and they have this totally quiet 40-second stare down, and the guy slowly like puts his legs down while just looking at her.
Yeah.
5 minutes go by, and he starts putting one leg back up. Can we see the picture?
And you took a picture of that. He put one leg.
Just like a clenched fist raised against an unjust sky.
Yeah.
Like, got his leg back up. And then he had that on for the rest of the flight until they started descending, and they were like, hey, put away your tray tables and all that, and if your leg's on a wall, put that down. He doesn't do anything. He's just sitting there with one leg up, and then like 2 minutes before we're supposed to hit the ground, he gets up and he slowly puts his pants back on, sits back down, and then he gets off the plane, and there isn't any police waiting for him or anything, and he just walks into the crowd.
I don't understand how you can get away with that, and I'm wondering why I haven't thought of it before. I have long legs, and I like to take my pants off whenever I can.
I know, me too.
And I feel like, maybe I'll do that now if that's okay.
It's not, don't say yeah, it's not okay. Who's saying yeah?
Well, ladies always want to get a look at these, man.
I just
These
know.
are pretty amazing.
You know, you think like you're gonna like when the situation is right, you're gonna like stand up and do something. It was that day I understood I am no hero.
You stood and let it all happen.
Yeah, if some shit goes down, I will tweet about it.
I haven't seen this, but there's a scene in your movie apparently where you're meeting you're meeting your wife, the woman who will become your wife,
Yes.
Emily, and to sort of seduce her, you write her name in Urdu. Is that right?
Yes. So
that's
Urdu,
a really sweet scene. I mean, I would think.
So I met her, and Urdu, that's the language we speak in Pakistan. Urdu, it sort of looks like the Arabic script. And that was kind of a move I had. Like, whenever I would like meet a lady, I'd be like, oh, look how beautiful your name looks in Urdu. I would do that to ladies.
And I bet it worked.
It worked every time. And then in the movie, when I do it to Emily in the movie, she's like, does this move work? But in real life, it did work.
Yeah.
So we rewrote that. And for months, she would be like, when we first started dating, she was like, that was so romantic. That was so sweet. And she would tell her friends about it. And then I had to like be like, honey, I'm really sorry to tell you this, but you were not the first one.
There's women all around town with their name in Urdu.
She was the last one, though.
Yeah.
That's good.
Sure. Are you asking me or telling me?
I'm telling
That's
you.
good. Silicon Valley, I love this plot twist. This season, your character, Dinesh, becomes the CEO. And I love this because it's so true to your character. You immediately, when you become CEO, start putting product in your hair.
Oh,
that is how you handle getting great power.
I feel like I've become whatever Dinesh thinks is the best version of him, and he has this like really crazy hair. Do we have?
I think we have a picture maybe of your hair. You're putting, it's like a John Stamos. You have like a John Stamos thing. Charlie Sheen, John Stamos thing going, yeah.
No, I just figure, you know, whenever someone like gets power, they get like a crazy hair like Kim Jong-un or Hitler or, you know. Not.
So we're out of time. You play Ray Romano's husband, and everyone
Well, not
knows.
really.
Well, I'm sorry. Yes, Ray Romano's wife. Please. I need.
Yeah. That is.
Listen, hold it.
non-traditional cast.
When I said Holly's a very good actor. You were terrific, by the way, as the father. No, you play Ray Romano's wife, and he is physically, I mean, he's a big guy, and in the scenes you have together, he dominates physically, but you completely control him and take over with the force of the persona of the character you're playing.
Well, here's the thing about Ray, and you know this about Ray. He's extremely humble. He's like a really humble guy, neurotic. I mean, humble.
Right.
No, I mean, he's incredibly, he's got so much humility, and he's such a great listener that he doesn't lead with any kind of dominance. And he's not a really machismo guy.
Right.
He's like a human guy.
Right.
So.
No, it's true. I think
true.
I think you're describing. I mean, I've known Ray for a long time, not super well, but well enough, and he's incredibly sweet. But I love the dynamic in this movie, the way your character, and I should explain, Kumail is dating your daughter, and then they have a nasty breakup. Then she gets quite sick, and that's where you and Ray come into the picture, because you guys are coming to take care of your sick daughter, and you see this guy who you are very suspicious of because they had a nasty breakup.
Exactly. I mean, which kind of, it speaks to the intimacy that I have with my daughter, which, she tells me everything. So I know a lot of the secrets that she's been through with this guy who, there was a nasty breakup.
Right.
But, I was just going to say that Kumail and Ray, both being such preeminent stand-up comics, are such beautiful actors.
Yeah.
And that's a difficult combination,
Right.
to be able to.
It's rare that someone can have both of those.
Yeah, it really is. And I saw them both, going, kind of switching from one to the other, and it kind of merging the two talents together on the set. That was a little intimidating.
Well, I can't believe you were intimidated by anyone in the performing realm, but let's take a look at this clip. I think this is when you're there with your daughter, and this is, I think, your first encounter at the hospital with Kumail. With Kumail. Let's take a look.
I know you guys said that you don't need me to stay, but I think I'm just gonna wait anyway.
You guys broke up. I'm not sure why you're here. You don't have to worry about being committed to anything, Kumail. You didn't want to when she was awake. There's no need to do it when she's unconscious.
Well, it's more complicated than that.
You really don't have to stay, Kumail. You have already done.
I'm just gonna stay for a second. Is this seat? Okay. Is that lady still looking at me?
You not looking at someone is devastating. That was such a great choice, to just not even look at him when you're talking to him. It's just so incredibly devastating. Please welcome Kumail Nanjiani, Olivia Munn, Dave Franco, Zach Woods, Abby Jacobson, Michael Pena, and Justin Theroux! You can have whatever you want. Please, everybody, please, for God's sake.
Oh my God.
I did the seating, by the way.
My chair isn't, I can't get it to stay the right.
I'm the one.
These stools are designed to make you feel uncomfortable and insecure.
I feel like I have an inner ear.
Have I been sitting on these stools my whole life?
Yeah. All right, well, let's start with you, Kumail, because you made it all about you immediately. You've been to Comic-Con many times. What's your advice for newbies at Comic-Con?
I would say, it's you gotta bring your A game. You gotta have Purell. I carry Purell with me. Drink Purell, shower in Purell. And also, the other thing not many people know, everyone in a mask is a celebrity, so just go up to him and be like, whisper like, I know who you are, and then get them to sign your Ninja Turtles lunchbox.
Yeah. Now, what about, what else are you noticing about Comic-Con? 'Cause you've been an old hand at this. What have you...
Oh, do you guys know what stink shoulder is? This is what stink shoulder is. Okay, I was talking. So you know a lot of like attractive women will dress up as characters, and then dudes will be like, "Can I get a picture with you?" And what they'll do is they'll put their arm around the lady, and
Right.
their armpit is in the girl's shoulder, and so their shoulder starts stinking. It's called stink shoulder. So these ladies, you'll see them, they'll be like Purelling their shoulder.
Now, okay, Olivia, let's find out if this is true or not. You've been to Comic-Con before. You were dressed very nicely. You had a lot of dudes putting their arm around you. Did you experience that?
Yeah, I have been a victim of stink shoulder. It's something I
Yeah, there you go. Oh.
There you go.
Let me. I know, I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
Now you have predator shoulder.
Yeah. say that again.
Now you have predator shoulder.
You guys, it just looks like somebody just, on my shoulder.
That's a real stink shoulder.
Yeah. The Invisible Man, yeah. The Invisible Man's been at it again.
Hey, Conan O'Brien here with yet another Clueless Gamer. Today I'll be playing Middle-earth: Shadow of War. I'm happy because I'm here with a friend, a very good friend, star of The Big Sick, Kumail Nanjiani. Kumail, thanks for helping me.
Thank you. My name sounds like it could be like a Middle-earth name.
Yes. Hey, beware. Who has the ring now? Kumail Nanjiani. He has the forbidden stone of Glorb Gorb. Are you a fan of this stuff, the Middle-earth stuff?
I am. I love fantasy and I love the Lord of the Rings stuff. Yeah.
Okay, so me mocking it probably is very insulting to you and to all you hold dear.
No, it's not my religion. I just like it.
Okay. I think what we're going to do now is learn about this game. Aaron, would you come on in?
Yeah. All right. Sorry. Hey. How's it going?
Hey. It's the worst entrance in the history of show business. You scurried in like a rat.
Yeah. One of the coolest things about this game is there's a system called the Nemesis system. And that means that all the enemies are dynamically generated. So if I start a game, enemies are going to be totally different from your enemies.
You seem genuinely happy about it.
He was so excited.
You excited about that?
Dynamically generated.
Yeah.
Nobody's ever been that
He was
excited.
practicing the phrase dynamically generated all day in the bathroom. So we begin.
So these are all the guys who we're going to go up against.
Oh, look at that. Dazed by seeing a brutal attack or a shaming.
He hates Twitter.
Just hates Twitter. Look at him right there.
Why would you say that? Why?
You know what the other thing is? Nothing's up to code in Middle-earth. You'd have to have a railing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you
that's
can't
right.
just build that, and that's a Thai restaurant we're headed towards. Why are we going?
It does look like
Doesn't it look like we're here for Radna?
Yeah, it looks like the best P.F. Chang's you've ever seen.
Who's that?
I'm gonna have some
Croup the drunk? Just cracks himself up.
And then I'm gonna kill you.
Okay, so now there's going to be a button that comes up. As soon as it comes up, hit it. Hit Y and it's Y. Hit it. Press it. Yeah! Oh, just because that button thing is going to happen again.
Which one?
X.
X. I just hit X. I hit X.
I don't think you hit it right because
I hit X.
I don't think you hit it. Oh, it's still going.
Killed by a drunk.
You tried to get me, but I got you.
That's a pretty accurate recap of the
Yeah, that's
event.
not even a joke.
No. You want me to do it?
Yes, I want you to take over.
Okay, so
I was bad at that.
I'll shoot him in the head.
This is like watching Mozart play the piano. It's so clear to me that you've never been outside in this moment. You've only been playing these games.
You can reveal the intel.
Yeah, get intel on the drunk guy.
We have intel, just knowing he's a drunk. He has low self-esteem.
Doesn't love his family.
Doesn't love his, well, probably loves his family, but doesn't know how to show it. And so covers that up with alcohol.
Wow.
Yeah.
You've done a lot of research.
In a way, I have.
Oh, there he is.
There he is!
What should I do?
Shame him. Shame him.
That's how you shame people, right? You just hold their face. And
Yes. when I have a guest that hasn't been good, I walk them back to the green room and I hold their head and I just say, "Your stories didn't have a payoff." And that's how I get my power.
All right, so we shamed him. So this character here, Dukes the Agonizer, that's me. I do the voice of this guy.
You do the voice of Duke the Agonizer?
Yeah.
That's fantastic. That's like, for you, that must be a lifelong dream, right?
Yeah, no, it's very exciting. Here was the weird thing, Conan. I'm a little nervous because it's like they wrote funny lines for me, and the lines actually are funny.
Oh, you're like a comic relief sort of character. You're supposed to be kind of funny.
Yeah.
That sometimes doesn't play well in the video game.
That's what I'm afraid of.
Wow. Because people really get into these games, and then you're there going like, "Let's get some soup at Good Night." You know, you're doing, right?
That's exactly what I'm afraid of.
Oh my God. But at least, well, you're an orc.
Yeah.
All right, so you probably have a really cool, like, "I am Dukes the Agonizer." So it'll be cool to hear your voice.
I'm so scared.
You know what I'm just loving, Kumail? Your unnecessary tumbling. You just tumble for no reason.
I just like to... No. Why would a Gondorian come here and try to murder all of the orcs? Maybe you have a problem with one orc. Maybe 100. But all of us? Maybe the problem is with you.
Should we cook you up?
You didn't change your voice at all! You in no way changed your voice! Where was that? Did you do that over the phone? Did you record that in your car over the phone? What the hell was that?
They wanted me to not change my voice.
You just wanted to just do some spare lines from Silicon Valley and call it a day.
I don't see this ending well.
Oh, I hear he's way in the background.
Yeah.
What are you saying?
I'm saying Pied Piper needs funding.
This is going to be big points for you, right? You're going to be playing this game with friends, and then you're going to go like, "Oh yeah, that's me."
It's also usually when friends are in something, they're like, "That's my voice," and you don't believe it.
Right.
They still believe
No,
it.
the nice thing is that there's no mistaking that it's you. Your character should be called Kumail the Nanjiani, because it should just be you wearing this jacket. We brought in Mike, you're the creative director of the game. Is that right, Mike?
That is correct, yes.
Okay, and you guys brought Kumail in, and according to Kumail, you told him that you were going to affect his voice so he sounded more like an orc. Yet when you listen to him, he's just Kumail.
He sounds exactly like an orc.
No, he doesn't.
Listen to him.
The orc
This just sounds racist.
Yes. What kind of racism is that?
I love our orcs. Orcs are wonderful.
Yeah. Anyone from another country sounds like an orc to you.
Yeah.
I probably sound like an orc right now.
Would you like to be in the game?
No, I don't want to be in this game unless you affect my voice, or else I'll be walking around going, "Ooh, it's rainy. I'm getting moist."
Now we gotta find me. Here we go.
Okay, that is a long jump, and...
I am going to put your head on a pike! What? Which I think is another word for spirit. They made it slightly different, I'm not sure, but...
You didn't affect his voice at all! You did nothing!
Can I swear on this?
Yeah.
Bro, you me.
I think you sound great.
Oh! I wanted to wisecrack as the torso was falling.
Yeah, you're
Didn't
wasting my time.
Yes. Kumail, you're an amazing gamer. He really is. He really, you were.
Thank you.
I thought you were incredible.
And the voice acting.
So anyway, Shadow of War, released on October 10th on Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. Now I'm guessing that's code for personal computer. And they think I don't know about games.
You got the hit TV show, that would be enough for most. Silicon Valley, one of my favorite television shows, hilarious. Then you get the Oscar nomination. 2017 has been an incredible year for you.
Yeah, it's been, I would say 2017 has been a global disaster and a personal triumph. I wouldn't change a thing. Everyone's like, 2017's been tough. I'm like, yeah, I made a movie and then it got nominated for an Oscar. It's really not a big deal.
Yeah.
I wish you wouldn't bring it up all the time.
Yeah.
I plan on being insufferable,
Yes.
by the way.
Yes, yes.
I've been a dick for so long and now I have a reason.
Yeah.
I'm going to
I'm going to Starbucks, and they're like, what's your name? I'm like, Oscar nominee Kumail, please. It was very awkward because Daniel Day-Lewis was there too, and he said, 3-time Oscar winner Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yeah. I hate it when I go to the same coffee shop as him. Now this has got to be changing your life. I mean, you were getting recognized before. You're on a hit show, but now you got to be getting recognized a lot more.
Yeah, I was at another coffee shop, and I was just sitting there drinking my coffee, and this person came up to me, and she was very shy, and she was like, hey. I was like, hey, and she's like, I don't normally do this, but you're so talented. What you do means so much to me. I love you on Big Bang Theory. And that's just how famous I am. People think I'm in shows I'm not even in.
Now, what do you do in that situation?
I tell him I'm not Mayim Bialik.
I always say the same line. I always go, that's the other one. I do, because I'm like, this is your awkwardness. I don't have to deal with this.
Right.
I used to be like, I'm sorry. But now I'm like, yeah, that's a different one. I wish I was on Big Bang Theory.
Yeah. But in this era of political, correctness and people wanting to say the right thing, those people must feel terrible in that moment.
They feel awful. I was at the Critics' Choice Awards a couple weeks ago, and I won't say who, but a very famous person came up to me and was like, hey. And I'm like, hey, I'm so excited to meet you. And they're like, oh, yeah, no, we know each other from Big Bang Theory.
Oh, my God. This was a really famous person?
It was a very famous person who's done small parts on that show. And I said...
I'm thinking.
There's no way you can come up with this. That was the night our movie won Best Comedy, and I was like, what is it gonna take? What is it gonna take? I get, you're great on The Daily Show. I mean, this happens to me all the time. I swear. And another thing I say is, one of the major clues is that we have completely different faces.
Yeah. You found The Big Sick, posted on a strange website, and I want to talk about it.
Yeah. I found the whole movie on Pornhub. I don't want to get
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's sort of a hub for porn, as the name suggests.
Tell me of this porn.
Well, when two people really like each other, or 3 or 4 or 5 people, there's a lot going on. Or when a person can't afford to pay for the pizza.
Yeah.
Or they want to get into show business, and there's a leather couch.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Or there's a plumber, or there's a few storylines. But yeah, I found the whole movie on there.
Someone put the whole movie on Pornhub.
Yeah, and I swear it was under the category interracial. Which I'm like, that's right.
Yeah.
I didn't want one of the tags to be like, relatable penis size. I didn't want that.
Not intimidating.
Not intimidating.
Yeah,
Just like you, or slightly worse.
Wait, were you on Pornhub Googling your own name?
No.
How did you find out?
Come on.
How did you find out?
A lady doesn't tell.
Yeah.
I don't want to get into it.
Okay.
No,
How long was it up on Pornhub?
It wasn't on very long because, first of all, I like to think of the people who found it and thought it was porn and being like, this one is taking a long time to get.
And there are some parts that are a bummer.
Yeah. First of all, I don't want to see any of these people having sex.
Yeah.
Like, Ray Romano's in this?
He didn't spend the Raymond money well.
No, he blew through that money. It was on, so it was on, and I tweeted about it. I was very excited. Because this is the only way I'm ever going to be on Pornhub, And they tweeted back, and First of all, Pornhub tweeted back. It's really not a big deal.
Yeah.
It's the second most exciting thing that's happened to me this year. The first one was I got nominated for an Academy. It's not a big deal. Let's not talk about it.
So it was up there, and they took it down. Someone took it down.
Yeah, they took it down, and I was actually upset. I was like, I mean, this is the dream. I mean, I'm just like a little kid from Pakistan and then end up on Pornhub?
Yes!
That's the American dream.
That's the American dream.
Leave it up. Let people watch it for free.
Yeah.
Maybe then you won't be known as the guy from Big Bang. You'll be the guy from Pornhub.
Big Bang Theory does sound like something that
It
would
does sound like a
absolutely-
porno.
Much more porn even.
Yeah. It's the Big Bang. Emily, I'm so glad you could be here as well. You guys wrote this project together, really created this project together, and it's your story. Story of both of you. You start a relationship, then you get quite ill, go into a coma. That all really happened.
All really happened.
I don't think I've talked to anybody who's been in a coma for a long time. What is that like?
Well, and it turns out all you have to do to get on this show is to be in a coma.
Yeah.
I've never done a late night show before.
Yeah.
It's
We found people in our audience sometimes in a coma, but
they don't get called
usually,
up on stage.
during the later part of the show,
Yeah.
we revive them.
She was in a medically induced coma. They were in Conan-induced comas.
Kona.
You know, Kumail, I think we might be done with you.
You could just get out.
Andy, keep him quiet.
I will.
I want to talk to Emily now.
I don't know how it is for everyone, but for me, medically induced coma, I kind of went into this weird like, oh, I'm having an adventure. So it wasn't like scary. There was no light for me to go into, but I did I was like, it's my job to get out of here. I'm trapped. I got to get out. And I had some companions. My favorite companion was the head of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Wait a minute. The disembodied head of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was hanging out with you while you were in the coma?
Yeah, not current, 80s Kareem with the goggles. You guys remember how he'd wear the goggles?
So weird.
Yeah, and I don't know where he came from. I would try to go back and be like, what was going on in the hospital that somehow seeped into my psyche? But he would like float around and be like, all right, we gotta get out of here, right? And I'd be like, we do gotta get out of here, Kareem. And we would chat about ways to get out. And then there was another guy there who had Jolly Ranchers for arms. And he would just hang out and like try to high five.
That was me. I came by a lot. I have long candy-like arms.
Oh, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar did visit you in the hospital.
And say over and over again, we gotta get out of
We
here.
gotta get out of here. He
While
was
we're
talking to his publicist, really.
We have a clip here I want to make sure we get to where this is early on in your relationship, very early on, and Kumail is trying to convince you to watch a Vincent Price movie.
Yes.
That's almost like maybe it's his move. And it's a really funny part of the movie because it's a guy sort of trying to introduce a woman he's interested in to something, thinking she doesn't know anything about it.
Yeah, I do find that is, as a nerd girl, growing up a nerd girl, dating nerd guys, they're always like trying to like, welcome to my world of pop culture, and oh, I can show you the sights, and
What kind of stuff were guys trying to like introduce you to?
all things that they would think that somehow I didn't know about, like Mr. Show, Kids in the Hall, Conan, for example, and I'd be like, what are you doing? Like, that's why we're dating, is because we both like the same stuff. But this is ripped from the headlines, as you would say, for Law & Order. This scene from the movie is kind of a directly taken from one of our first dates.
Let's take a look at this early recreation of a date from The Big Sick.
Okay. The year is 1969. MGM has had a string of failures, so it turns to its most bankable star, Vincent Price.
Is this your compatibility test? Like the way some people are with Vonnegut or Big Lebowski?
No! Just watch the movie and take it seriously, because it's very serious.
I love it when men test me on my taste.
I just want to share this movie with you, so I don't know why you're reading into...
How many women have you showed this movie to?
0.
How many women have you showed a B horror movie to on like a third date?
It's a good test. It's a good test. Zoe playing you.
Yeah. I will say, what's interesting about that scene, Kumail wrote the first version
I
of it.
wrote the first draft and I sent it to Emily, and it's a scene where I show her this movie, and Emily is delighted and stunned. And then I got the rewrite back from Emily, and I was like, oh, this is a very different take on what happened that night.
Now, was it weird for you because the actress playing you has makeout scenes with Kumail, who plays himself?
Yeah.
conveniently. And I'm just curious, were you on set for those, and how did it feel?
I was on set every single day, but at Kumail's request, I was not on set for the makeout scenes.
And both Emily and Zoe were like, why? It's not so weird. Have her here. You're being so weird. And I'm like, so you want me to make out with someone else while I call her by your name and you give me notes? And I'm the weird one.
Sure, yeah. And that's the thing.
You are never going to make it on Pornhub. You are just... You're done.
People think that makeout scenes in movies are like sexy to
Yeah.
film. They're awful. They're
Yeah.
really
They're so
awkward.
awful.
So I happened to be on set when one of them was being filmed, and I was so happy that I wasn't on set for the rest of them because I was behind the monitors, and as they were making out, literally everyone was like turning and watching me, and I kept being like, I was like, why am I giving a thumbs up? I don't know what kind of reaction I'm supposed
You
to have.
became a creepy emoji all of a sudden.
It's not good.
When you talked to your parents and told them, I'm making this movie about my experience, your parents are played by Holly Hunter, Ray Romano, terrific actors doing a great job. What was that like for your parents to know that, okay, these are the actors playing you?
I mean, I called them every step of the way. You make phone calls to like break the news about a new thing that's happening. Hey, we're making a movie about this. Hey, there are people playing you. Hey. And Raising Arizona is like my family's movie, so she was very excited. But the first
Because
thing...
Holly Hunter, obviously, in that movie, terrific
her first
film.
role, like her first big role.
Yeah.
First thing my mom said was, well, Holly Hunter is prettier than me, but your husband, he said, Holly Hunter is prettier than me, but your father is more handsome than Ray Romano.
Yeah.
So sweet.
That's so sweet.
I made the mistake of telling that to Kumail.
I told Ray immediately.
So Ray Romano at every Q&A we did ever would bring it up, say that exact quote over and over again, said it at the premiere, said it to my parents, to their faces, and then shook my dad's hand and said, you know what, you are more handsome than me.
Oh, that's nice.
That's why everybody loves him.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah. It's Raymond they all love. Let's not get confused. And I'm not Conan. Usually this is the part of the show where I come out and say, man, we have an amazing program tonight.
Yes.
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not sure what kind of program we have tonight. No, I'm being completely honest with you.
Yes, yes.
We have a little bit of
We have news.
We have a little bit of an unusual situation going on with our show. And that is that tonight, we are supposed to be having Kumail Nanjiani on the show.
Yes.
Okay?
I just said his name.
You just said his name. Andy just told you, stick around. Tonight, Conan has Kumail Nanjiani.
Yes.
Okay? He was lying.
I was just doing my job, sir.
Yeah. We don't have Kumail Nanjiani. Now, we did. The plan was to have Kumail Nanjiani on the show tonight, and we love him. I'm going to go out of my way and say we love that guy. He's a great guy.
Yeah, yeah.
Very funny man. Good man. Good. But then, wow, you guys stop on a dime. That was fantastic. Then, literally, half an hour ago, we get a call, and he's fine, everything's fine. He's shooting Silicon Valley, and there was some kind of snafu in their shooting schedule.
And he's got to work.
And he has work to do, and he didn't get released. He's in Marina Del Rey shooting a scene, and he can't get here. We found that out half an hour ago while I was having my nap that I have. I was having my pre-show nap. Andy was having his bath in heavy cream.
That's right.
And they came in and they said, Kumail can't get here.
Right.
And I was thinking about it. We've been doing this over 25 years, this show, okay? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Wow! You are just soulless zombies. 25 years. You're not real people. Anyway, we've been doing this for 25 years, and I cannot think. We were trying to think of when has this happened before? Yeah. Has this ever happened before? And then we realized one time, and I think it was in like 1996, about, what would you say, Jeff? Like around 1996, something like that? Maybe 15, 20 minutes before the show started,
we got a call from our guest, and it was Liza Minnelli, and she said she couldn't make it. So Liza Minnelli canceled, and she's known, you know, she's a great artist.
Right.
But she's known for sometimes flaking out.
It's troublesome, yeah.
Troublesome.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, Andy said it, I didn't. So Liza Minnelli, and now in that same category of troublesome diva, Kumail Nanjiani.
Yeah.
So let me recap. We're a show now that's changed our format, and we're now a show that has one guest a night. Now, for the 25-year run of our show, when we were an hour, we would just take the second guest and move them up, and they'd be the first guest, and no one would really be the wiser. But when you're a show that's based on just interviewing one guest, and that guest doesn't show up, you're really screwed. I mean, this could end up being the guy right here, you know?
You better get some anecdotes, buddy.
Yeah. It's going to hurt your selling weed for about a half hour, but you'll do that on the side, yeah. I love a guy who's still selling weed illegally in California.
Yeah. Who says he might own a dispensary.
Yeah, no. He's still going around like, come here.
Yeah.
Here come the cops. Let's get out of here.
He still has a guitar case.
No, the cops are here to get some. So what we're going to do is we're going to figure this out as we go along. I think this is exciting. So much TV today is pre-programmed, worked out ahead of time. I don't know why I'm doing Nixon, but I am. But that's not this show tonight. This show tonight, we don't really know what's going to happen. We're figuring it out as we go. We will deliver a fine show with the same high quality as our other shows. We promise you that. Now, we did. Man! We did. Now, part of the deal was Kumail was supposed to be here and wanted to be here, so part of the reason he was here is that he has a movie opening this weekend called Stuber, and he was going to come out and he was going to talk about Stuber and then show a clip from his movie.
Right.
And we were just talking about it backstage. Literally, I swear to God, we found out maybe 20, 25 minutes ago that he couldn't be here. And so we had his clip all loaded up. And then we started talking about it.
Yeah.
And we thought, hey, if the guy doesn't show up, we're not going to show the clip. Promoting his movie.
Right, exactly.
That's not how it works, right?
You got to show up to get the cookie.
You got to show up.
Yeah.
Andy said it right. You got to show up to get the cookie.
Yeah.
In this case, the cookie being
showing your clip.
Showing your clip. I like how we're talking to you all like you're morons. Anyway, so no, we're not going to show the clip from Stuber. We're not going to do that. But we are going to show a clip. We're going to show a clip for the movie that opens against Stuber this weekend. I just let you go for a while there. This is a clip for a struggling little movie that I think needs our help. This movie opens this weekend, premieres this weekend opposite Stuber, and we're going to try and give it a boost.
Right.
And we just think that that's fair. That's karma.
Right.
I think that's karma. So, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy this clip for The Lion King.
Simba, you have to take your place as king. We need you. Come home.
Please, what is your name?
My name is Francisco.
Francisco, so cool to meet you.
Nice
Thank
to
you
meet
for
you
being
too,
here. And so you're enjoying the show. Yes, no, were you here for Kumail, or it didn't really matter? You came for Conan, right?
Yeah, no, I like Bautista better in the movie. He seems like he might be a more interesting character.
Yeah, we couldn't get Batista.
Yeah. Batista's in the movie with Kumail, yeah. Okay. Okay, that's all right. You, it was a huge mistake to bring you up here. No. Stay with me here right now. Don't worry.
You can let go of his hand.
No. I'm afraid of what he might do. This is part of my way of restraining him. Anyway, we have here, come on, man. We have a great show. I got my pal here. We have a great show. We're going to make this up as we go, so stick around. We'll be right back. It's been quite a roller coaster ride tonight. This is honestly true. We just were sent a clip from Kumail. And do they have it in the booth? Can they put this up? So here we go.
Hey Conan, sorry Kumail couldn't make it tonight. It's my fault. I don't know my lines.
He doesn't know his lines.
At least he said sorry. He said he was sorry.
Yeah, he seemed real broke up about it.
Yeah, Kumail didn't seem too unhappy to have totally screwed over.
Remorse.
Yeah, there's not a lot of remorse there. Sona, take it away.
Please enjoy this clip from The Lion King.
Simba, you have to take your place as king. We need you. Come home.
Nice to see you.
Yeah, it's good to be here.
Good to be here. I'm going to bring up, because it was kind of a thing at the time, and it's all ancient history because things happen so quickly now, but last time you were supposed to be on the show, you canceled at the last second.
Okay.
And so I put my assistant on the show, Sona. And, a lot of people were talking about it online. Kumail didn't show up. You and I talked on the phone. You were very apologetic. It was forces beyond your control. It wasn't really your fault. Is that true?
Diarrhea. Yeah, trust me. You didn't want me to be here.
Yeah. But anyway, you couldn't be here, and it was just a thing. And
it became a whole thing. It was everywhere, and it was a
very last minute. I mean, we had the show was 20 minutes to air. We were about to start. The audience was loading in when we heard that you couldn't be here.
I will say, I was so tempted to not show up today. I was like, that would be a great bit.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be great if I didn't show up?
No, that would suck.
And you know what I would do? I planned ahead. I would be like, I'm not going to show up, and then I would call you and apologize. This is the most sincere apology you've ever heard. I'd be like, I'm so sorry. Please book me again. I'll show up. And the next time you'd book me, and I wouldn't show up again. And then that would
just become your thing.
That would be it. But I felt really bad about missing it. But like you said, I was shooting Silicon Valley, and I couldn't get out in time. And I promise you, that show is dead to me. I will never do another episode of Silicon Valley.
That's really nice of you.
Because of you.
Because of me, yeah.
I actually felt really bad. I
know you did.
I tried to. I'm such a huge fan of the show and have been forever. And I heard the next day, as soon as I woke up, it was going viral that your Kumail canceled. And so this show was sort of this legendary show where, it was completely improvised. And as a fan, I was really excited to watch an improvised, version of your show, and I started watching it, and 90 seconds in, I started sweating, and I got so... I couldn't finish watching it, so someday I will.
Because we were talking about you, yeah.
Yeah, you were talking about me.
Yeah.
Not in favorable terms.
No. We were all having fun with it.
No, it was
a good
great.
time. You have gotten yourself jacked for a role, and this photo, I don't know if we have it, I think we have it, it's been everywhere.
Sure. Oh, my God.
You are just a wall of muscle now. Do you feel stronger? Do you actually feel like superhero strong?
No, these muscles are decorative. They don't do anything. They really don't. Emily will be like, can you open this jar for me? I'm like, probably not.
Now, how did fans respond when you revealed I, Kumail Nanjiani, now have this physique?
People expect me to be different, and I'm really not. I'm just, I am slightly less interesting because I do talk about working out a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm slightly less funny.
Right.
Other than that, no.
Same guy.
Same guy.
Same guy. Do people get intimidated by you now?
No, because of my voice. This one guy was like, I wish his voice would get a six-pack.
You are honored that they put you at Pornhub, put you in the muscular man category. They did. You were, and this is a true story. You were in the Pornhub muscular men category.
So, under the category, yeah, it was mature, MILF, and then muscular man, and it was a picture of me. And they gave me a 10-year free subscription to Pornhub Premium.
You know, can I just say, I love the way the crowd reacted to that.
They were genuinely excited. I'll tell you.
They reacted as if you had been terminally ill and then suddenly you announced you're cured. And it was about a 10-year subscription to Pornhub.
I will say, you know, because people are like, why do you need to pay for porn? And I do not work for Pornhub. They have not paid me to say this.
Right. But Andy does. Andy?
I am furious right now.
Go ahead.
I got a three-year premium subscription.
I'll share my login with you. We just have to coordinate
All right,
our
sure,
schedules.
Sure, of course.
So they
You
don't
mean like
catch.
together?
No,
Oh, I
different.
understand. I understand. Okay. Not together. Because I mean, I'm open-minded, but it did seem weird.
No. I don't mean.
Are you?
Right, I get it.
You didn't mean, are you free Thursday?
I understand.
I would be like, I'll text you like, hey, stay off it for the next 5 to 7 minutes.
All right.
I'm going to the muscular men category.
So wait.
You have access to a whole new world. Like, free porn is good. But when you go to premium, I could develop fetishes, crazy ones over the next 10 years, and I know I'll be taken care of.
Right.
There's a lot.
I have no idea, like, what's happening on premium porn.
Well, if I have to explain it to you,
yeah,
you wouldn't
I just
understand.
picture the same stuff's happening, but they're all wearing, like, really nice hats, you know?
The feet are slightly more pedicured.
This is nice. You got invited.
It is nice.
Yep, not that.
Oh.
This next thing I was going to say, you were invited to join, was it Time's 100 Most Influential People's list?
Yeah, I was.
And weren't you also asked to join the Academy?
Yeah.
The Movie Academy.
The Movie Academy, which was great, and the Time thing, which was great. They pick 100 people every year, and again, people were upset. They were like,
They were upset that you're in there?
They were like, Kumail's on the list and Vladimir Putin isn't on the list? And I'm like, I don't want to piss him off. It should be him, not me.
Yeah.
I'm a fan.
You know what? That is our Putin camera, by the way. That's the one that goes right to him.
Great work, man.
Yeah.
Keep at it. You have a fan.
So, were people like, you said that people were upset that, like, hey, if you're on a list, I would think it makes sense because the minute you're on a list, there are people that are angry, well, why you and not that other person?
Yeah, because there's always, honestly, I agree with them. I should not be on.
I don't agree. I think you should be on the list.
Well, thank you so
I think
much.
I'm not just saying that to be. You're very influential. No, seriously, you are. You've got a big following. You've been, a big part of the community. I'm just throwing out words.
You're
now.
really like, yes, bottom of the barrel there. You're a big part of the community.
You're a human being.
Yeah, you're a person.
You inhabit Earth.
You have parents that care about you.
No. You have had a very successful career, and I think you should be one of the Time 100.
Well, thank you. I just realized my parents are going to watch this and know that I have a 10-year subscription to Pornhub Premium.
I guess Dad's going to visit now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Mr. Nanjiani, but it's a known fact.
I wish you could have seen what I saw. Was just like 2 feet away, Conan going, Dad's gonna visit now, and then eyebrows did a thing. That was the creepiest thing I've ever seen. Dad's gonna visit.
You know, maybe you were right to cancel last time.
It felt very threatening. Dad's gonna visit. Oh no, lock the doors. Dad's gonna visit.
It's also nice, too, that now he has a reason.
Yeah.
Not to visit you or anything, but like, what? He's got porn.
Man, whatever works,
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Yeah, yeah.
I miss him.
Let's talk about...
Dad, I have free porn.
Let's talk about Little America. I think this is an amazing project, and I'm very excited for you. You were the executive producer of this show, Little America, and this is, I guess, your effort project to get people to relate to the immigrant struggle, which...
That's a tough segue, pulled off very well. From porn
Pornhub
to the lives of immigrants. Hey, everybody
I'm sure
needs to have fun,
there are
you know?
immigrants that have gotten their start in porn.
You went back. You went back and
tried-
you crossed the bridge, went back and jumped off the bridge.
I tried. It's a job. I tried to
It is a job. That is true.
It is a job.
Right. Yes.
Yeah, and they work hard. Immigrants do too.
I don't think this show will air.
Okay.
I have a strong feeling that none of this will air, that they're going to show a farm report from the 1980s from Iowa.
You should just show the live.
But what sweet revenge to get on you for not showing up last time.
Yeah, here we go. Well, okay, so Little America is a show. It's an anthology show. So every episode is completely different, and they're based on real stories of immigrants to America. The dramatized versions, you know, they're like actors, and we wrote them and changed the story a little bit. But yeah, all 8 of them are completely different tones. There's, you know, people from Syria, Mexico. It's like all over the world. Iran. India, and just very, very proud of the show. It's on Apple TV+.
I think, you know, I have many times just living in, and you can live in any city in the United States and experience this, but in Los Angeles, when I encounter people who have come here 3-4 years ago, some of them not speaking the language, and they're reinventing their lives, they're reinventing who they are in this foreign country, I'm so blown away. And when I talk to them, I think, I don't know that I could do that. I grew up here, and I'm the beneficiary of so many advantages.
Right.
And you hear about these people, and that's why I think this project is such a great idea.
Yeah, and you know, I've spoken to so many people. You'll meet somebody, like I was talking to this old gentleman, and he was a chemist where he was from, and now he was driving a cab, you know. So I think a lot of immigrants, when they move, you sort of take a hit so that the next generation can have the life that they want for their children. Yeah, it's a tough thing coming to a place where you might not speak the language and where your identity is not as valued, you know? I feel like it's sort of a tricky time for immigrants in America.
Did you have, how old were you when you came
I was
here?
18.
You were 18.
Yeah.
That's a very, I mean, that's a very young, formative age to come here. That must have been tricky.
Yeah, it was, but again, you know, I was very lucky in that my experience was, I came for college, so I was in a bubble, I was cushioned, you know, and so my experience was not as difficult as it could have been. So I feel very grateful. Yeah, so all these stories are, I find them very inspirational, you know, and I think I feel, you know, I've always felt there are people who sort of have, it's a divisive issue, obviously, the issue of immigration, and I feel like those people who are anti-immigration, I'm like, you were born here. These people chose to come here. They fought to be here. In a way, you know, they're more American. I'm the most American man here, is what I'm saying. Doesn't really sound like a
Well, we're out of
compliment.
time. I think that's fair. I think that's... Andy's from Switzerland.
That's right, I'm all cheese.
Hi, my name is Kumail Nanjiani, and I feel skeptical about being Conan O'Brien's best friend.
Well, oh wow, you added best friend. It
Oh
doesn't
my God, it does not say
It
that.
doesn't say. You did that on purpose. Well, guess
Oh
what?
my God.
Guess what? I don't really have a best friend.
You don't
so
have a-
you could be in the running.
Are you looking?
I am.
I bring a lot to the table.
You know what? First of all, you do. You are very talented. I've been enjoying your comedy. You're a hilarious person.
Thank you.
And you've had this incredible career arc. I would be proud to call you my best friend. And there's a couple of people out there listening right now who think they're my best friend.
Yeah, like Timothy Oliphant? I know
Exactly.
Yeah. Is it really him?
No, he's not my best friend. I love Timothy Oliphant, but he's been getting a lot of play recently because we released a Jordan video, which we haven't released in a while. And we released a Jordan video because Jordan has been making cameo appearances on the side, Jordan Schlansky. And we made a video where I rip into him for that. And he comes right back at me, and his riposte, his angry comeback is,
I know you have your celebrity friends, you have your dinners with Timothy Oliphant.
People really like that line. And I know for a fact because I get contacted right after that video came out, hours after it came out, I'm contacted by Lin-Manuel Miranda. And it's a quote, and it says, "You have your dinners with Timothy Oliphant!" Exclamation point. And he said, this is burning a hole in my brain. That Jordan shouted this at you.
You guys are one of the famous friendships. There's famous friendships. Like, Mulaney and Pete Davidson is a famous friendship.
Right.
There are like famous friendships. And I feel like you and Timothy Oliphant are.
I want it to be. I love that guy, but he'll go off for 7 months at a time. He's a working actor in demand, and he'll be making a movie in Wales, and I don't see him, and I can't have that in a best friend. You, I know, are very busy,
but I'll be around.
You'll make the time.
Yeah, that sounds so sinister.
Oh, you'll make the time.
It's
Camille.
Very needy.
Yeah, unbreaking eye contact. You haven't blinked for the last 3 minutes.
My eyes are painted on. I'm a creepy doll in a museum. It's so much fun because you came by. This happens so often, but and it's the nature of this gig. But you came by about 10 minutes ago to record the podcast, and you and I started talking comedy and TV shows, and I'm a massive, my son and I are massive fans of Silicon Valley, and we rewatch it and kind of study it. We love it so much. We were talking about that. We were talking about The Simpsons. We were talking about all kinds of stuff. And people around us are saying, why aren't we recording this? But you're one of those people who the minute I see you, I feel like, oh, Kumail and I could talk for maybe like 4 hours about things we like.
That's so great to hear, because I feel the same way about you. And the last time we ran into each other was at a restaurant.
Exactly.
You introduced me to Martin Short.
That's
and
right.
Liza, who I don't think I'd met before. She's lovely.
Yep.
And Martin Short, I was, very, very excited to meet. What a nice guy.
Yeah, it was a really sweet moment because Liza, my wife, and I were having dinner with Martin Short, and you came in and you had your own posse at the table. You had a cool group together.
I had a nice group. You came by, you said hi, and then you walked away. And then when I went over, I was like, hey, would you introduce me to Martin Short? You were like, come by. So I went over like
you
a half
asked
hour
me,
later.
and that was sweet because it was a nice moment because you were so sweet about, oh my God, if you could just introduce me to Martin Short, that would be like I've never met him. And so it was one of those nice moments in life where all I had to do was say, oh, Marty, Kumail, and he was very happy to meet you. I did nothing except, but I felt you treated me as if I had done you this huge favor, even though all I did was.
Now that I think about it, you didn't do very much.
I didn't do anything.
So I need.
Sound like it.
Maybe you should be best friends with Martin Short.
Yes.
I feel like we could have a good famous friendship going, because he's a very nice, giving man. I don't know.
What do you mean giving man? Hold on a second. Giving man. I love how.
Contrast to Conan.
He's
Yes,
a giving man.
That's how it was. That's how it was laid out.
Well, what I mean is, when I met him, I think he understood how much he meant to me.
Mm-hmm.
And so he was like extra kind, because he knew that him being nice to me would mean a lot to me.
Yes.
And the other thing that happened was, this is going to feel like a name drop, but you came, you said hi to people at our table. There was a gentleman sitting next to me, and you talked to him for a while. Good to see you, whatever. And then you went and sat down. When I came, met Martin Short, he was lovely. And then you were like, hey, who's the guy sitting next to you? And I said, Ewan McGregor?
Whoa!
Is that
What?
I didn't recognize that it was Ewan McGregor.
He had
Now,
a big beard.
He had a big beard, and it was outdoors because it was still one of those COVID
Where it's
situations.
famously hard to see outdoors.
Were you?
At night with bad lighting.
He was wearing a T-shirt that said, "I'm Ewan McGregor,"
And I didn't recognize him right away. I
He
just
had
said
a-
hi. I was very pleasant to him, and also I'm going to say this:
You
I
were
was-
very pleasant, and you didn't recognize him.
I stood behind. I was talking to you. He had his back to me, and I kind of did one of those highs around the corner thing. So I didn't really get a good look at him. I swear to God.
With that Scottish accent. What about
And those
that?
eyes.
He didn't say
That
much.
hair.
He didn't say
Did
much,
you
and he.
act like you recognized him?
No, I thought he was. I was just being very polite to a human being.
You were being very polite, and I didn't realize that you didn't recognize him. Like, you did a good job. And obviously, as soon as I went back, I was like, "Hey, by the way, he had no idea who you were." I'm joking. Yeah, I didn't do that.
But
I
also,
did not do that.
I've interviewed Ewan McGregor. I love Ewan McGregor. I love his work. But when I saw him, I didn't get a good look at his face. He has a big beard. It's dark out.
Yeah,
We're in
because
this
he's playing Obi-Wan Kenobi.
No, but
he
hold
had a
on.
lightsaber at the time.
Yeah, but he wasn't wearing a kilt. He didn't have a tam o' shanter. I saw
Why
no-
are you directing it outwards?
I
Why
saw
to
no.
him?
I saw no bagpipes.
Why are
I saw,
you attacking him?
You know, he wasn't saying, "Can you score me some heroin for my part in Train Spotting?" I mean, things that were.
I like that you needed clarification for what movie you were referencing. The most famous heroin movie that introduced us to Ewan McGregor.
Really? Is it the most famous heroin movie?
Yes,
there are
yes.
so many.
Yes.
I think Wizard of Oz is a heroin movie.
Okay,
The
well.
poppies. The poppies. I mean, I'm sorry. They all get high on the poppy field.
I
and
mean,
collapse.
you could have said Requiem for a Dream, which is obviously like a drug movie. But I want to say, you said something to me at that thing that I thought was.
By the
very-
way, who is Ewan McGregor?
Oh God! Oh my God! Matt's gonna explode right now. You're talking about Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh, please. No, that was Alec Guinness.
Oh, okay. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Wasn't he Obi-Wan Kenobi?
Yeah, but come on.
Oh,
You know.
but, let me guess. Did they make other Star Wars movies afterwards?
Yeah.
Oh, don't mess with perfection.
I like that you're attacking Ewan McGregor, the one guy who is not at fault here.
Yeah, really.
I'm really not attacking him. I swear to God. And Ewan, I know you're a big fan of the podcast and you're listening. I am not attacking you. I am sorry you had a giant beard. You were not wearing overtly stereotypical Scottish attire, which I think is the job of anyone from
Right.
Scotland.
You recognized me because I was wearing a shalwar kurta at the time.
You were. Yes. Yes.
And I had a map of Pakistan with an arrow pointing, and it said homeland.
Yes.
How do you know who he is today?
Because when he
T-shirt
walked in, he was holding again the aforementioned map that had a big map of Pakistan and it said homeland. And
Yeah.
so that helps me. Those things help me.
And I brought the traditional sweets of my people.
Yes. That's what Sona did when I first met her. She brought me the traditional dried pomegranate and apricot
God.
of
Yeah.
the Armenian people.
Yeah, and you're like, oh, you're Armenian. Let me make fun of you for
I
the
would
next
never,
14 years.
never do that. You can't get away with that in this day and age, and I
You said
never would.
floated in this country in a basket. So
Not true.
You said something very kind to me, and I don't know if you want me to say it on the air. Maybe you don't, and you can take it out. But it really meant a lot to me. You said, I never worry about you. And
That's true.
That was such a wonderful thing to hear. It took me aback. I was
Oh, really?
Yeah, I really loved hearing that.
Well, I meant it. And then I actually referenced in the beginning of the episode your career arc, but I first met you as a stand-up.
Right.
You're doing stand-up comedy, and you were so funny, and your material was so sharp and well-observed. And obviously, stand-ups, you have to write your own material. You have to have the fortitude to get up there and deliver it. And so I met you in that, guys. Then I saw you, as I've said, in one of my favorite shows of all time, in Silicon Valley. And I thought, I love this guy. I love the show. I thought everyone was perfectly cast.
Yeah.
And that is a very hard thing to pull off. It's, in so many ways, the perfect show. And my son and I have really bonded over that show. We love that show and rewatch it a lot. And then you made The Big Sick. And I just you and your wife made it. And I was just seeing this guy just keeps leveling up, which I thought was very impressive. And then you've had this whole other arc.
Thank you.
So I'm I don't worry about you.
Do you worry about Conan at all? And you can be honest.
No, I don't worry about Conan. You know what's
I'm
what is-
dangerously insane.
Yeah, but because I don't care.
Well, that's another great way not. So you don't really, and also to be fair, you don't really worry about anyone.
Yeah, no, I worry about. I could count the people on my hands. On a good day, my mother. Brother, I really worry about. Emily. No, what's been inspiring about your career is you've done so many things too, and you've been so good at finding, at sort of evolving yourself, and doing these like long form interviews, which at the beginning, I watched The Simpsons, but it was your show on NBC that when I first started watching, and you were doing like comedy that I had never seen on TV before. I'd never seen that kind of comedy. It was like surreal and risky and bizarre, and it was awesome. And to see how since then all the stuff you've done now, sort of redefining yourself over and over, it's really, really inspiring, continuing to be very funny and insightful and relevant.
Oh, that's so nice. It is interesting that there was a quote I read a long time ago by, I can't remember who it was. It might have been like Eric Clapton or someone, but it was way back in the late 70s. And some band met him, or some famous musicians met him, and they're like, oh my God, Eric Clapton. And he just said to them, what's your advice? And he just said, keep moving. Keep moving. And it kind of rang a bell with me a little bit, which is I am no Eric Clapton in any reality, but I do believe it struck me that he wasn't sitting back and saying, yeah, I'm Eric Clapton. And what I've noticed over the years, and I see this a lot with musicians and comedians, is the ones that I tend to admire they never settle down and go, you know what? I did it. They just don't do it. And that's the yin and the yang of it. It's very, it's tricky, but they, the Martin Shorts, the Steve Martins, all these people that I really admire from a generation or two before mine, they're restless, and they're constantly trying to find that next way that they can explore whatever it is they have, whatever their talent is. They can explore it and define it. And that intrigues me. That really fascinates me when people can do that.
Yeah, and to see Steve Martin and Martin Short at this point of their careers doing the best work of their careers, like I truly think they've never been better. And they make it look so effortless, which is part of the appeal, I think, of that show is, they make you feel safe. You're like, oh, I'm in the hands of pros. And the way Martin Short is sort of, doing the Martin Short thing, but in a way that's like works within that reality.
Right.
It's so good. The other side of that, though, it's something I've been working on, and I talked to Emily about a lot. She says, you don't ever take a moment to be like happy for anything you've done. She says, she calls it rest on your laurels. She's like, you should every now and then do that. But I think to a fault for me, I don't have it. Like, I just finished shooting Chippendales in July. It's the toughest shoot of my life. It was very, very exhausting, very, very satisfying and wonderful and magical. 5 months. And she was like, as soon as it's done, you're going to start freaking about what you're going to do next. And I was like, no, I'm so proud of this show and my work in it and everybody else's work in it that this time I won't have that. This time I won't think that this was the last job of my career and that now it's done. And then I took a week, I slept for a week, and then on Monday I was like, this is it. That's the end of my career. Nothing else is coming. What's next? So it does lead to anxiety. I mean, I've chosen a life, we all have, although this gives you some stability, well, you don't have stability. It's always like thing to thing to thing. It feels like you're always jumping onto the next lily pad, And so I would like to have a little bit more of a comfort in like looking at the whole career rather than just thinking job to job to job.
I think it's tough too because you are still young. I always think maybe this comes later on. I'm no spring chicken, and I sometimes get the first hints of it now, of just someone will show me something from our show in '93, and I'm so young, and I don't even remember. I have no. I don't know. I don't really have much of a connection to it anymore. I feel like I'm not even that person
It's
anymore.
a different person.
Because it was so long ago, and they say every cell in your body has been fully replaced after 7 years. That
Yeah.
this is now 30 years ago. And
That's 4 Conans ago.
yeah, exactly. It's 4. Exactly, 4 Conans ago, and they're not improving either. It's a copy of a copy of a copy of a copy. But I will look at it and I'll feel an affection for that guy because I know, well, he's well-intentioned and I know how hard he's working and he's really putting this stuff out there and he's getting screamed at by the network that night. But he's, God love him. I hope his skin clears up.
I was such an awkward, nerdy, weird little kid, and I sort of knew it, and I sort of hated that about myself. I've always known that I was smart, and I always had like, okay, I'm not cool, I'm not good looking, I'm not good at sports, but I'm smart. So I was like, that's going to be the thing that's going to like get me. If I ever get anywhere, it's going to be that. So yeah, it was really like living a lot in the mind, imagining, thinking. That was sort of all I thought I could really do. And I was also like, I really poured myself into my studies. I studied a lot.
Me
Like,
too. Me
I
too.
Did you really?
Yes. Oh, I was a terrible grind. I mean,
Yeah.
early on, I
Yeah.
was just, I have nothing left to offer, but what I can do is I'm going to use my brain and I'm going to excel in this area because I loved comedy as a kid.
Yeah.
And I loved making my friends laugh, but I made a conscious decision. I'm from Boston, Massachusetts. I've got a weird name and odd hair. That's never happening. I need to put that aside, buckle down,
Right.
and get into a really good college. And
Yeah.
so in a very unglamorous, nerdy way, I worked really hard on my studies, got into a really good school, and then immediately bumped into the humor magazine.
Yeah.
It shot me right into this world, which is very hilarious. That my attempt to escape comedy and turn my back on it because it would never happen led me to this place, the Lampoon, that completely turned everything around.
And it gave you, I think, as a kid, I think that studying, what it gave me, it seems like it gave you, is like a really strong work ethic.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
I studied all day, all the time. And I sort of do look back. I wasn't really funny until college. I come from a very funny family. My whole family is very funny. Extended family. Everybody's always making jokes. It's clearly like a value for us. Like it's important to all of us to be funny. It's not effortless. Everybody's like trying to get a laugh all the time. But I felt like I couldn't really hang with that until college because I didn't really feel like a person until college because I felt like I had kind of nothing to offer. So I didn't know who I was.
Yep.
And then in college, suddenly people were like, hey, you're funny. I'm like, oh, I now have an adjective I can use to describe myself. I felt like that was the first time I really felt like I had anything was being funny. And then
Right.
it sort of became the entire fucking world for a very, very, very long time. All I cared about was comedy. And now I'm sort of, I still obviously care a lot about comedy, but trying to do other stuff has been also very exciting and satisfying.
How old were you when you?
I was 18.
18.
I came on my own. I went to college. It's interesting, I was...
That's much later than I thought. What did you know about America when you came? What were you thinking? What were your preconceptions?
I've seen a lot of movies.
Yeah.
So, there's gremlins everywhere.
Right.
Sometimes one day will just repeat itself.
You thought Harrison Ford was president.
Yeah, Harrison
Did you run
Ford.
into any Terminators?
Yeah. I was like, I hope I don't. If I do, I hope it's later Arnold.
What a terrible vision that you had.
Yeah,
When
don't get in a DeLorean unless you want your mom to hit on you. So I grew up. I understood all that about American culture. And all,
Did you see our commercials or no? You didn't see the commercials.
I didn't really see very much commercials. I had an aunt in Singapore who would record like cartoons off the TV. So I saw like foreign commercials, like Singapore commercials, which were a lot more like American commercials than Pakistani commercials. But I didn't. And I remember I first visited America when I was like 13 or 14. And it was an ad for KFC. And they were like ripping on McDonald's by name. Like they had like a clown who kind of looked like Ronald McDonald, but like fucked up looking.
Yeah.
And I was like, how can they do that? They could just make fun of another company.
I mean, I'm still wondering right now how they could do that. You can't go after Ronald. You can go after McDonald's, but you can't. You can't go after Ronald McDonald.
Wow, you're so angry about it.
Well, he's like a
It's
religious
okay.
figure, you know?
Yeah. It's
What?
Santa Claus,
Yeah.
the Pope,
Yeah.
Ronald McDonald.
Ronald McDonald.
That's
Fuck
when
with him.
McDonald's burned the Colonel in effigy as
Yeah.
a retaliation. It became a huge war.
Yeah,
here.
it was like East Coast, West Coast.
Yeah.
It got really, a lot of people died.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
They sent Burger
violence.
King
Yeah.
in to mediate.
Yeah, Hamburglar became ham murderer. Yeah, it was so I knew that about American culture, but I was gonna say, I loved movies and TV so much. I didn't really leave the house very much. Other kids played outside. I really watched movies and TV shows for like most of my life, and I played video games. So I feel very, very grateful that I get to work in this industry that I've loved my entire life. My dad loved movies, and that's who. But someone like Emily, she understood that she was weird and different from everyone else, and she really leaned into it. So she was like a goth in high school. In the 7th grade, she started dyeing her hair with Sharpie herself.
Oh my
and
God.
kids would make fun of her. She would like draw all over her clothes. So it's interesting to see that, both of us kind of felt like we didn't fit, and I tried to become invisible, and she was like, fuck you, I'm going to be the weirdest person in the world.
That's so fascinating. You said something that I completely connect to, which is you didn't know who you were, when you're younger. And I remember very clearly just thinking, because I would look at my brothers and sisters and think that they all had, they were all defined people. And I remembered feeling like a Mr. Potato Head that they hadn't put any pieces on yet. Like they hadn't put the nose or the eyes on or the mouth yet.
Oh my God, that's heartbreaking.
Yeah, and I remembered thinking...
just a potato then.
Yeah, I was just a plastic potato, which is the worst kind. No nutrients.
Well, you are Irish.
Yeah, exactly. And so...
And mostly plastic.
Yeah. And there's nothing inside. And no one plays with me anymore.
Just a hollow plastic.
No one's wanted me in 30 years.
Oh.
No, come on. We're just having fun. But I remembered trying out, I know I'll be civic-minded guy, I'll, no, I mean,
What's
that
care
guy?
about causes. Was that what it was?
Yeah, or I'll be this guy, I'll be that guy. I mean, I would
permits.
I would try things, and I didn't know what my natural enthusiasms were, and I didn't think comedy counted, and so I would try things on at times, and I remember telling my mother, one day, well, I'm going to go to law school. This is when I was like in 12 years old or something. And she went, really? Because she was really proud. And I went, yes, I'm going to be a great lawyer. And then later on saying, I'll be an author. I would just declare these things that didn't have anything behind them.
Yeah.
And I do try to impart this to young people, very young people. I try to tell them it took me so long to figure things out. You have no idea sometimes how long it takes. And they live in this culture where they're constantly being shown images or hearing interviews with people, say in their 30s. I think the gap between 15 and 30 is far more than 15 years. I think it's this massive, massive gap, because those are the years where you figure out who you are. And sometimes people really are still figuring it out.
Some people don't. And I think you have to figure out that you're always going to be figuring stuff out. You're always growing, changing. And I think finding some sort of way to feel comfortable inside yourself and then knowing that who you are is going to change and the things you want is going to are going to change. I think that's key. You know, I had this thing in high school where I left Pakistan and I came here, and I sort of lost touch with all my friends from high school, and then I kind of got back in touch with them in the pandemic, and we sort of started talking again. And I was like, first of all, I was like, oh, I stole all of your senses of humor. That's what I did.
Yeah.
They all talk exactly the way they talked then. And I was like, all right, I took all of that. This is something I say on your show that I learned from, you know, my friend Tarek. And then one of them messaged me on the side and was like, why did you stop talking to us? Like, we love you. And at some point, you just stopped responding to us. And I realized that I thought in high school that I was this like charity case because I felt I had nothing to offer. And I thought they were just being nice to me. That's why they wanted to hang out with me. And I told him that. And he's like, that's crazy. We all really liked you. And I just at that age could not imagine anybody liking me because I didn't think that there was anything to like. And so, you know, I don't know what the point of that is, but it's being comfortable with myself and liking who I am. It took a long time.
It's so funny to me that you brought up Better Call Saul, because on the way over here to the podcast studio, I swear to God, this is true. I was thinking about you. I was looking forward to this interview. And Bob Odenkirk came to mind because I think you two have both managed a very improbable, very hard to pull off feat, which is you both started in one place and you could have been in a great stand-up. If you were just a stand-up, that could have been your career and you could be really proud of it. But then you kept moving, you kept changing, you kept bobbing, you kept weaving. And I think Bob Odenkirk did the same thing, which is never said, well, wait a minute, I can't do this. I'm Bob Odenkirk. I'm from Mr. Show. This isn't something I can do. He completely transformed his career, and by during the pandemic, he had become an action star.
Yeah,
and
great.
I was like, I love this movie. I totally believe Bob in it. I used to work with him at Saturday Night Live. We had desks next to each other. If you had told me then that he'd be kicking ass in an action movie like Jean-Claude Van Damme, I'd say, no, that's just never going to happen. And I think you've done the same thing.
Well,
I think you're two guys that I've known and seen, witnessed you up close at different periods in your career, and you just keep saying, I'm going this way now. And I just believe I'm going to be able to do it. And then you do it.
Well, that's very kind. I don't think you can compare me to Bob Odenkirk. I think, you know, his work on Better Call Saul is so good. I actually saw Bob Odenkirk for the first time ever. I heard of him was on your show on NBC. Mr. Show was on, but I hadn't watched it. I just seen it go by on the guide, and I was like, feels like a bad title for a TV show. I'm never watching that. Then I saw him on your show, and he was so funny.
Yeah.
And I was really obsessed with, you know, that's when I first started getting obsessed with comedy and stand-up. And that's when I started watching Mr. Show. And I remember I recorded it on VHS and brought it to my friends, and I was like, you guys got to watch this show. So good. And then to see but you could see back then in those sketches, he was a very good actor.
Right.
He's always been a very good yeller. Like, he's so good at screaming. He's so good. And he was so good.
He does have a lot of anger. I'm going to say that right now, which probably helps him.
And he's so good on Better Call Saul. And for me, you know, I want to be able to do all the things I love, and the things you think you can do sort of keep changing.
Yep.
And it's always like I want to try and do the next thing that's like almost impossible for me to do, but not quite. I mean, I think that's sort of the goal. And it's a very scary thing to like keep doing that. But I feel honestly very lucky that there have been people who thought I could do those things. And sometimes their belief that I could do it is what allowed me to think I could do it.
You can feed off that.
Yeah. Like this show, Rob Siegel was like, I think you can do this. And really, that was what got me to say, maybe he's right and I'm wrong.
Well, it's Welcome to Chippendales is coming out in a week, and it's on Hulu. And I want to see it. I'm a huge fan of yours, and I'm glad that we're now best friends. You really walked into that one.
No, I'm in. I'm here. Let's.
You don't want to think about it for a little while?
No, I'm in.
Okay.
Here it is.
Okay. I mean, this is it. We're best friends.
Well,
now.
okay.
I got to make some calls because there's a couple of people out there, and they know who they are, who think they're my best friend. Timothy Oliphant knows better.
He knows.
He does it because he's already moved on. He's a sociopath. But
all handsome actors have to be sociopaths. How can you be that handsome and like not completely?
Here's what enrages me about him. He's that good looking, and he's also incredibly funny.
Again, I saw him for the first on your show.
Yeah. And he's devastatingly funny, and I think that's not fair.
It's so unfair. I saw him at a party. I hadn't met him, and somebody introduced me to him, and I was like, "You're very good at panel shows. You're very funny." And it meant so much to him. He's like, "Wow, nobody thinks I'm like I can do comedy." But
oh my God,
yeah,
he's one of the funniest
he's so
people
good
I
on
know.
your show. You guys are so good together.
Well, when you get two really handsome guys together,
yeah.
Is this mic thing?
No, it's working.
It's weird. I heard a weird sort of collective sigh. I'm curious because there's got to be some, you're so in touch with who you were, maybe how insecure you were as a kid, and then you completely transform your body, and that's got to release all kinds of revelations. You know what I mean? And just in terms of, okay, this is something that wouldn't have seemed possible to me when I was a 9-year-old, and
Right.
this never felt like it was a possibility. And then I always think great wisdom comes from having your dream come true, and not always the best. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
it's always a mixed bag. It's not all bad. It's not all good, but
Yeah. I feel what I knew I always had was determination. And
Mhm.
so there was a point where I was like, all right, I'm just going to like change how I look for this thing now.
Mhm.
What it weirdly did was, as a kid, until I was like 7 or 6, I was the cutest kid you'd ever seen. I
Mhm.
was adorable, and I knew it. Like, if I walked into a store, I knew it.
Is it because you had those muscles back then?
Yeah, I was a buff little kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so funny that it's so funny you say you knew it. Like you would walk up to adults and go, "Are you ready to meet a cutie pie?"
I wouldn't have to. I was so cute that shopkeepers were threatened to kidnap me.
Wow.
So I was
That's
like,
the ultimate compliment, by the way.
Yeah.
You're kidnappable.
it really, like, literally all the time. Like, if I walked in the store and I didn't get a compliment, I'd be like, what is wrong with these people?
Wow.
Yeah. You should see pictures of me. Like, until I was 6 or 7, I was adorable. And then it really changed very quickly. My neck got really long. I got 4 Adam's apples. My head got huge.
Did you live near a reactor?
Yeah.
There may be an explanation here.
Yeah.
Both eyes joined and formed one eye.
And I got cancer. I should have mentioned that.
Oh, but also heat vision.
But
So,
also, yeah.
yeah. I mean, it all balances out.
The worst of the powers.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
You have a microwave.
Yeah,
That's
we
all you
have
need.
a microwave. Yeah, the most useless power there is. I can heat up coffee slightly. It doesn't work that well. It's more of a warming ray.
That'd be great. A superhero who can make things slightly warmer.
Right.
Would you
Yeah.
like me to? No, we're good. We have a microwave. Okay.
Yeah. How's your soup? Is it a slightly cold?
No,
Yeah.
my soup's fine.
I can bring it up to slightly above room temp.
It's really good. It's fine. Thank you.
And
It's a Vichy Soir. It's supposed to be a little cool.
Yeah. My weakness is gazpacho.
Dr. Gazpacho versus slightly warm guy.
And my body stayed tiny. Like my shoulders stayed tiny. They used to call me chicken shoulders at school.
That's a very
specific.
descriptive and
Yeah.
specific put down.
Right.
I don't even think of a chicken having shoulders.
Exactly.
Oh, I get
Exactly.
They were so good at it.
it. Wow.
Yeah, and who goes to a KFC and orders the chicken shoulders? Nobody.
Do you
Can I
want
get a
breast?
bucket of chicken shoulders? They have no shoulders.
Oh no, it's off menu like
Yeah.
In-N-Out. You gotta ask for it. It's good.
That's why their sweaters fall off. Anyway, come on. We're having a good
They
time. No
can't
one's
wait.
getting hurt.
You ever seen a chicken in suspenders?
Wait till you see a chicken
yeah.
shrug.
Yeah. When you see a chicken opening a present at Christmas and it's suspenders and he goes, like, what am I going to fucking do with this? Okay, we're putting an end to this riff. This shoulder riff needs to end.
Yeah.
In 10 minutes. Keep going, guys. But okay, so
and it took me, I remember when it dawned on me, I was like, nobody's threatened to kidnap me in a while. Wonder what's going on. And then looking in the mirror being like, oh no, huge nose. They also called me eggplant nose. So they had a few little different like poultry/vegetable based.
yeah, they seem hungry.
Yeah.
They're very hungry.
They were, I mean, it's Pakistan. We're hungry. And so I sort of became very obsessed with how I looked from the age of like 10 to really my early 20s. And then I sort of in my 20s doing work to be like, it doesn't matter how you look. That's kind of why comedy was so important to me, where it doesn't matter how you look.
Right.
I remember I was doing a show early on. I won't say who it is, but I was with a handsome guy, and I came back and I like gained some weight, and he like made fun of me, and I was like, I can look like anything and work just as much as I work now. You need to look like that to work.
Right.
And I remember feeling very proud of myself because I could see it hurt his feelings. And so then doing the work and not worrying about it as much, and then later again to sort of get in this kind of shape and worrying about how I looked again, it was kind of a mind fuck to sort of, it felt like I'd like regressed 10 years back to how it was. And then now I think I have a good relationship with it, because the working out, you were saying not being in the moment. When I work out, I feel in the moment because you're lifting heavy weight. And you kind of need to be there and focus on that. You have to be outside yourself. You have to make sure you're using it properly. Otherwise, you're going to get hurt. So I get really a lot out of it. My anxiety has been a lot lower. I sleep a lot better since I've been like working out a bunch.
And it probably changes your diet too, I would think.
It does. And it made me realize how things make me feel when I'm eating them. So like now I know, I can eat this donut and it's going to feel great for, 90 seconds because we eat fast. But for the next 2 hours, my energy is going to be weird. I'm going to feel bloated, like I'm going to feel low energy. So now I'm aware of how things make me feel. That's the biggest thing.
I wasn't aware of any of these things until I met Liza. And Liza's just naturally very healthy. I mean, the first time when we were first dating, I stopped by her apartment and was going to take her out. And I said, did you want to get some food? And she said, oh, no, I ate already. And she had this, tiny, tiny, tiny apartment with like a little piece of a kitchen, this little fragment of a kitchen. And I said, you ate already? And I didn't see any pans or, if I had, it's in the same situation, if I had told someone I just ate, there'd have been like a ham carcass in the corner. And three empty boxes of Cocoa Krispies. But there was not, and I said, ate, what did you eat? And she said, oh no, I'm fine. I had some almonds and I had some dates. And then I had, some tea, and I'm all ready to go. And I thought, you're an insane person.
Let me ask, does she enjoy food?
Loves it, and eats very healthy things. But that's just, and then I met her people, and her people are just, they have something that my people
like her
don't.
Agents and lawyers and
her people,
managers.
yes. Like her parents and her family, they're sensible. They eat sensible foods in sensible quantities. And I thought, I've never seen this before. I come from crazed Irish hillbillies that just, no one's sensibly eating a sensible amount of food and then saying, that's enough. We're all eating our feelings because we can't talk about other things.
Right.
And
if you're eating, you don't have to talk to them.
Yeah. And you don't have to talk about things that might be complicated. You can just, I'll show you. I'll swallow all this food and then go take a nap. And then my feelings will just be excreted along with the food.
Oh, come on.
But
Well,
they
did I go
don't.
too far?
Yeah. When
Yeah.
you start getting into poop, it's too
Yeah.
far.
Did I say poop?
You said excrete it.
Yeah, it could be through perspiration.
No, you
Oh.
implied you were shitting out your sadness.
I certainly did. I certainly did.
I also come from a
My
family.
toilet said to me once, "You've got a lot of stuff to unpack." And I said, "Hey, sentient toilet." No, but yeah, I guess I did. But I since then I'm now I think about those things, which is a huge change for me. I think about how is this going to make me feel.
Yeah.
So I'm doing better at that, but I still, the day that I can divide my plate in half and slowly eat half and not eat the other half, I don't think that's happening in my lifetime.
Not this day. Yeah, my family is the same. You eat as much as you possibly can. Partly because Pakistani food is amazing, and my mom is now the best cook I know.
Mm-hmm.
And when we visit, it's the same thing. Emily's like, your parents are just always forcing you to eat, forcing me to eat. We eat as much as possible. But now as they've gotten older and started having, everyone in my family dies of a heart attack. Everybody does.
On principle?
Yeah, we hold out.
Okay.
Like if we
It's
get
what the cool kids do.
Yeah.
I see, okay.
If we get cancer or something, we start eating butter and running in bad ways.
What age do they get the heart attack usually? Because this is important.
Yes. So my grandmother passed away at the age of 40 of a heart
my
attack,
God.
which is very, very young. My dad has had he had an 8 bypass thing, which is
Yeah.
really huge. But what I'm very proud of for them is they've really gotten it together. They both eat very, very healthy now. They've changed their diet completely. They still eat Pakistani food, but now, it's vegetables. It's not as much rice, not as much carbs. They eat no sugar. So I'm very proud of them for the changes that they've made in their lives. It's hard because there's also cultural pressure to not do it.
Oh, of course. I mean, I think you talk about Pakistani food. I think about the food that Irish immigrants, or immigrant culture. It was always a meat, potato, lots of butter, lots of, and lots of dairy, lots of bread, and every meal was some version of that.
Yeah.
And I think it's so cultural. It's all so cultural. We come from this, and then it's been around in some version or another for hundreds of years, because it's only a recent luxury that people could say, I should start thinking about what I eat.
Of course.
It used to be, if you can find something to eat, get it into you, and you get to live.
Yes, exactly.
And now, and that is our evolutionary mandate.
Yeah.
Is to eat and to have sex with anyone who will have sex with us.
That's why we love donuts and fucking. Yeah.
So, man, there's my bio. That's the title of my bio: Donuts and Fucking, the Conan O'Brien story. Shockingly, no one has purchased Conan's book.
They're banned in many countries.
It's banned in many countries. Apparently, the content is kind of interesting, but the title alone has turned everyone off.
Yeah.
Donuts and fucking. And you know what? Sometimes people don't even have to hear who wrote the book. They just go, there's a book out called Donuts and Fucking. Conan O'Brien wrote a book. I want to talk to you about the Chippendales project, because that's coming out in, I think it's a week now.
Yeah, next week.
And
November
you've worked
22nd.
really hard on this, and this is based on a true story.
Yeah, so the show is called Welcome to Chippendales. It's based on the guy who started Chippendales, the male stripping thing, was an Indian immigrant, which I didn't know until I started, until they talked to me about this project. And it's a wild story. A lot of really intense stuff happened. People got murdered. It's like a really crazy. It's just so much happens in it that I don't want to say. And don't go on Wikipedia. Watch the show. And initially, they'd come to me as a movie right after The Big Sick came out. So 4 years ago. And I said no, because I was very intimidated to play a character like this. And
Right.
then when it came back and now it was a miniseries, I sort of saw the whole thing. They pitched me it's Rob Siegel is the creator of it. He did Pam and Tommy. He's written a lot of great movies like The Wrestler. He did Big Fan. Have you seen that movie with Patton?
Yes, fantastic.
Great writer. And I talked to him 3 or 4 times, and he was like, I think you can do this. And then he pitched me, on the 4th meeting, he pitched me every episode, all 8 episodes. He's like, this is what happens in episode 2, episode 3. And I was like, this is just too cool to not do. I have to do it. And I just have to figure out how to not be scared of it anymore, And it was really, really the most satisfying professional experience I've had since making The Big Sick.
Really?
I really felt like it's interesting because I've worked with a lot of actors who come from the comedy world. And so when you work with people who come from the other angle, from theater, from serious acting school, we may end up in the same place, but they come from a completely different perspective. The way they approach acting, it's so exciting to work with people like that because comedy can be competitive, Even when I'm doing a stand-up show with my best friends, I want to be the best on that show. That's not the job of theater actors. They want to make you better. They want to be there with you. They want to collaborate with you. And you've done a lot of collaborative comedy. I started in stand-up. It's not collaborative at all. It's competitive. And then on this show, working with Murray Bartlett and Annalee Ashford, who are 2 of the best actors I've ever worked with, I learned so much from them. There was something I was doing in a scene in episode 7, and I was like, oh, I learned that from Murray back in episode 2. So it's like every day you're working with these people who are the best you've ever worked with, and you're learning so much every day. And for the first time ever, I had I'm having trouble with this scene. And I would go to my co-stars and be like, hey, I'm having trouble with this scene. Could you help me through it? And we'd sit on the floor and we'd work on it together. It was so exciting. It was the most fun I've had at a job in a very long time.
I have to say, there's this way that our business, or whatever our business is, but television particularly has changed so much. And we're in this era now where there's 8 episodes,
Yeah.
And I'm really think it's a great trend. It's a great innovation because, as you know, TV used to be, can you get 5 seasons out of it? And and it used to be in the really old days, can you get 10 seasons out of it? And can you just flog this horse until it dies?
Yes.
And now there are all these projects where people work really hard, as hard or harder than they would work on any feature film. They look great, they're beautifully made, and they take you on this journey that's like an 8-hour journey, and everybody gets pulled into it, and you watch it, you follow it, you get really invested, and when it's over, it's very satisfying. I like this new era of television.
Yeah, and honestly, our crew, wardrobe, hair, makeup, set design, props, everybody was the best in the business and really wanted to be really, really good. So the show looks amazing. Our DP, everybody's amazing. And the big thing for me going from doing sitcoms to this is, sitcoms are sort of about stasis. You're sort of resetting, like you were talking about Silicon Valley. Once we figure out our characters, that's the formula, and you're sort of doing that, iterating that in different ways. Doing a miniseries is about change.
Yes.
It's really about how these characters change over 8 episodes. So the approach is very different, With Silicon Valley, I could get a script and do it. With this, you really have to kind of map out all 8 episodes, where the changes are, the different decision points, the forks in the road, which side, which side you choose, which side you go. So it's a very different approach, and it's really more exciting because you can it's not more exciting. I love doing comedy. Actually, we did, you were in Murderville.
Yeah.
I loved doing that show so much.
Wasn't that fun?
It was so fun because I just miss being all you have to do is be as funny as possible for these 30 minutes.
And react.
React, yeah.
Yeah, Will Arnett, I'm sure, with you, he's called up and just said, I want to do this project where you don't know anything. You're a police trainee, and you were going to enter scenes and not know what's happening and just respond. And I had people say to me later on, "Oh, that must have been terrifying." And I said, "Oh, no. There's nothing greater than having no responsibility."
Yes.
And also, I mean, it's Will Arnett, and he got all these other he's so brilliantly funny.
So funny.
But he's so much fun to play with. You can't fuck up because I have no lines. There's nothing I'm supposed to or not supposed to do. So then the little child in you comes out.
Yeah.
And you're just down with anything. It's just say yes to anything.
Yeah.
And it was so much fun. But you're right. There are these different ways now to work, and not just in comedy, but there are these different ways now to entertain, I think, that weren't available. Young people don't know this, but they weren't available 10 years ago. I think, to me, the big change, without getting like too analytical, is Breaking Bad was a TV show. It wasn't a sitcom, but it was a TV show that kept, I mean, more brilliantly than I think it had ever been done before. Characters are all changing very slowly over this. I don't remember how many seasons it is. Is it 8 seasons?
It was like 7?
7? It's 6 seasons. Over 6 seasons, the vision that Vince Gilligan had he always said he wanted to take the main character, Walt. He wanted him to go from Mr. Chips, the English school teacher, to Scarface. But and do it so elegantly that you never questioned any step along the way, and he pulled it off. But you can't define where it all changes. It's so incremental that by the time it was over, you understood completely why this had all happened. Yet it's an insane journey, and I think now that the TV I grew up with was very much everything. Whatever happens in an episode, at the end of the episode, everyone has to be back where they were at the beginning of the episode.
Right.
That was the rule of sitcoms. It's like the Gilligan's Island. At the end of the episode, they have to still be on the island and content with their lot in life, and then we'll start the next one.
Yeah, whatever lesson they've learned, they'll have forgotten by the time the next episode starts. It's totally true.
We really took that to the extreme on The Simpsons, where occasionally the top brass would come in and say, "You're making Homer too stupid."
Yeah, he forgets how to breathe at one point.
At one point, he forgets how to make his heart beat. And my favorite, and they used to come in and say, like, guys, come on, because we would try to outdo each other in the writer's room about how stupid we could make Homer. And my favorite was once Homer's brain got so mad at Homer that it walked out on him. I don't even know what that means, but there's a point where Homer's brain challenges him to not do something stupid, and he still does something stupid, and you hear Homer's consciousness go, "Okay, that does it." And then you hear footsteps and a door slam, which means his consciousness left him forever through a door.
Well, see, that's great. Those shows, there's a joy to them, like those comedy shows. I love those shows. Seinfeld, everybody stays the same. Those shows are amazing. It's just now it's a different type of thing. Like
different type of thing.
Breaking Bad is kind of the best example. We're just watching Better Call Saul for the first time.
Oh, it's so great.
It's so good. And, sometimes I always think of, Breaking Bad as like a serious show. I think of these serious shows as being serious. They're not. They're like really fun and inventive and funny. And I mean, Sopranos is really, really funny.
Yep.
I sort of forget that sometimes. But that was what was cool about Welcome to Chippendales, was trying to do that arc and like every episode figuring out where the little steps are so that it all makes sense. And the guy in the beginning, at the end, they're completely different.
Are you any good at being in the moment? Are you any good at, do you ever try? Because I bring this up for a reason. I am able to really be in the moment when I'm doing this right now. And if I'm up on stage or doing any kind of comedic performance, I am 100% in the moment. And if something goes wrong, I'll follow that. I'm not thinking, I don't have any fear, but it's when that's over. I've tried meditation and I cannot do it. I cannot just sit still. I eat quickly. I mean, you've seen Sona. It's just
Yeah.
it's a disaster.
It's just terrifying.
You're like a wood chipper.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm like, blah, 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 and I eat quickly. And I
Shoveling.
even say beforehand, okay, I'm going to cut my meal in half. I'm going to take each bite slowly. I'm going to put my fork down in between bites. I say all that beforehand, and then they put the food down in front of me, and I, like a serial killer, black out.
Yeah.
And when I wake up, everyone's dead.
Oh my God.
I've eaten all
That's
of them.
not an eating problem.
Yeah.
You're right. You know what? This is a good point, Matt. And I wish someone else had pointed this out to me.
The plate is still full of food.
I haven't touched the food.
No.
But I've murdered and eaten everyone around me.
Yeah. And okay, yeah.
This is a different problem I think I've wandered into.
Yeah, I don't think that'll hold up in court. It's a weird alibi.
I think
Yeah, I
think it
really
will.
have a problem being in the present. I murder people at every dinner. I don't think those words mean what you think they mean. That is so interesting that you say that, because the more I talk to you, the more I see similarities in just the way we approach life and our careers. I have the same exact thing. When you first asked me, do you have trouble being in the moment? I'm like, I don't between like action and cut. I really feel like I'm really there, listening to the other person, seeing the other person, responding to them. I'm not thinking about what I did a second ago or what I'm going to do a second ago. Same thing with stand-up, when I used to do a lot of stand-up, when I was on stage, I truly felt like I was really existing in that moment, And with acting, it took me a little while to get to that stage, but I do feel for the most part, I am there now. And that's what's exciting about like acting and stand-up for me is as soon as it's done, you're like on this high because it feels like you jumped out of a plane and you were truly like there living in that moment. The rest of my life, I do have a problem with that. And I didn't realize it tied in with eating food fast. I eat food super fast, except dessert. I take tiny bites because I really love it a lot. But Emily's the same way. If we go out with another couple, it's embarrassing because our food is done. I'm like literally like in 4 minutes. Our entire food.
Can I tell you one of the reasons I didn't recognize Ewan McGregor is his face was covered in your food. You were eating so quickly that food was just flying.
Yeah.
I just saw a beard with a lot of shredded beef on it and
right.
half chewed vegetables.
Right.
You cover everyone around you in shredded food.
Who's this guy with ravioli eyes?
And why isn't he wearing a kilt?
So yeah, I do meditate, especially when I'm working. I meditate every morning. It really, really helps me sort of become present.
Can you tell me what your technique is? Because I don't want to get too personal, but what I have tried and tried and tried, and I don't know how to do it.
Well,
my mind is, they say it's whatever the mind is like 1,000 monkeys. Mine all need Adderall. Each monkey needs Adderall. No, it's the opposite.
I've never heard that term. Is that maybe just your therapist said that?
This is the problem with your mind is you're making up these terms.
Do you know how everyone's mind is 1,000 crazy monkeys?
Yeah.
No, I don't know that.
You know how when you go to eat quickly, you black out and you wake up and everyone's dead?
Yeah.
So far, I'm an observational comic whose observations no one can relate to.
Do you literally think you have 1,000 monkeys inside your head?
I really do.
Oh, see, this is a problem.
At least 1,000.
You know, sometimes when you're out and you're buying a sort of a 1920s diving suit, the kind with the brass helmet.
Sure.
And you're eating custard. We've all been there, right?
Oh, yeah.
And you walk in and then suddenly there's a robot. Yeah, my observations are no one's relating to anything I'm saying. I apologize.
I think the issue with meditating for me that then I think I was able to solve was taking the pressure off of doing it right.
Mm-hmm.
Even like a bad meditation session makes me feel better when it's done. I only do it for 10 minutes. I don't do it longer than that. It is hard to sit still for that long. But I just took the pressure off of trying to be good at it, and it really helps. You just kind of have to sit there quietly, and if your mind is going somewhere, just try and nudge it back to nothing. Try and feel your body. Try and feel the ground beneath your feet or the cushion under your butt. It really helps. It happens sometimes with acting. Like I'll be doing a scene and I'm like not feeling like it's going right. It happened on Chippendales, and I just was like, this is going to sound so lame. Wasn't feeling in the scene, and I was like, I'm going to take 10 seconds and just really touch this table. And as soon as I touched the table and really felt it, it all opened up, and suddenly I was like present in the scene again. So I think for me, the hardest thing is first realizing when I'm not in the moment, because that can be hard to know, like, oh, I'm like thinking about stuff outside of myself right now.